Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are ready for week 3 here at GlenOak Stadium at Bob Cummings Field. Jeff Tyler, Stark Media YouTube stream, joined by Rod Strata. Third week in a row here, Rod and I have been together. It's been a good time. How are you doing tonight, Rod?
Hey, Jeff, really good to be here at Bob Cummings Stadium, and it's good to see you again and be with you to do our Game 3.
Game 3 is going to be a good one. You know, both teams coming in here 1-1. You know, we know GlenOak got a win week 1 against the Cincinnati team, and then had a tough one last week, which wasn't totally totally a big surprise to us, but struggled last week. So they're looking to get back in the win column here against a really good Fitch team. Got some good D1 talent over there. Good some D1 commits. We'll go through that here in a little bit, but should be a good one. Fitch is also coming in here 1-1. Lost a tight one last week, 35-36, and then won in week 1 against Euclid. So they blew Euclid out 40-6. Last week they played Central Valley 36-35. They lost there down the stretch. But they got some good talent over there. They've got number 42 DJ Williams. He's a junior, but he's already committed to Ball State.
Yeah, I saw that, Jeff. And I think last week he ran for about 3 TDs, 3 touchdowns. He had a nice game. Yeah.
So, so they'll be, relying on him a little bit, run on the rock. They've also got, Davion Pritchard, who's a senior, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's going to Pitt.
Wow, that's a great school.
So, definitely good there. And I think they got one more here I'll take a look at.
They had another kid going to possibly Ball State.
Yeah.
Recruited Xavier Don, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, that's it. Correct.
He's being recruited by Ball State as well.
Yep. So I talked to head coach TJ Parker before the game, and he said that he's committed. So 2 Ball State commits, Pitt commit. GlenOak, on the other hand, they've got a lot of interest in a lot of players. The Burt brothers are guarding some or gaining some attention. One kid that I definitely want to see tonight is Austin Morrison. He's a good tight end. He's been getting some D1 looks for GlenOak. And, they haven't thrown the ball to him much. He's an excellent blocker. He's probably one of the best tight end blocking tight ends in the county. Real good there. And word on the street is they may, and I hope so, but word on the street they might throw him a few balls tonight. So
that would be good if they could do that, because a tight end that can also block well, come across that middle, and be a go-to person in crucial downs is highly valued in D1 and, of course, most schools, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I looked at looking at GlenOak a little bit. I read Scott Garcia's comments this week around Maslin, and he felt the team didn't really get out maneuvered physically. He just thought that mentally they just made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I saw Scott after week 1. We had some dinner with him over there or nearby, and he said that, week 1 was real sloppy. So they got a win and an ugly win. So, it's not a bad thing to have a team that can win ugly. You certainly don't want it to be that way.
Right.
As a head coach, you want it to be much cleaner. But if you can get the win, you can get the win and move on. So
yeah, Madison's not the one to have mental breakdowns, right?
No, and then I didn't see the game, but heard from some of our coworkers, that it seemed like every time GlenOak got anything going, they started making mistakes. So that's going to kill you when you're playing a team that's basically got D1 talent across the board, and you add mistakes to it. That's for a long night for anybody.
Yeah, it's a long night. It's not a winning recipe, and hopefully Coach Garcia can get him back on track. I think looking at this, GlenOak hasn't had, and again, folks, I'm not being negative, but hopefully we get a winning season this year, because it's been 7 years.
Yeah. Again, GlenOak comes in here 1-1, looking to get back in the win column here. The Apex Surgical injury update. Fitch has 2 players not going tonight. Number 47, Anthony Ruggles, he is actually he's got a groin injury. He's their kicker and punter. So he's going to be replaced by number 81, Jackson Faulkner. So he'll take over those duties in the special teams. And then number 50, Xavier Dan, who's an outside linebacker and a defensive lineman. He's got a knee problem. They haven't had him since week 1. And so unfortunately, he's not able to go. The Apex Surgical injury update for GlenOak, number 2, Adrian Burt, nicknamed Milk. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, he's not able to go. He's GlenOak's best defender. Week 1 he set a school record for 4 sacks in a game.
Wow.
So that's that's a big loss for them to lose.
Sure is.
Strength at the linebacker position like that, and an athlete like that who can fire off the ball and get in the backfield and cause problems. He's got a concussion, so he's not able to go this evening.
So he'll be back, though.
Yeah, he'll be week to week. Don't know the extent of how bad the concussion is, but anytime you're dealing with that, it's bad enough, right? So,
Jeff, it shows you a change in times, right? I've had 13 of them, and I never had a day off.
Definitely a different change of times. And I'll be nice and say that it doesn't show those 13.
Yeah, good. He's a good liar, by the way.
Yeah, we look forward to a good one here. We got about 17 and a half here before kickoff. I'll hit with some of our sponsors. The game tonight's sponsored by Eagles FOE 190 and Hilscher Clark Electric Company. Let's see, by the end of the evening, we will announce the electric player of the game, sponsored by Hilscher Clark. So hopefully the hometown Eagles can get that W, and we can get Pete. Pete's out here again. He's going to be running around on the sideline and getting some photos for us, and he'll get the electric player of the game photo for us and text it to us so we can get that up on all our social media. Thanks for joining us. If you're here, go ahead and jump on and click that like button and follow. We appreciate that. It definitely helps us with our sponsorship. Moving on with, National Anthem tonight is going to be sponsored by Leathernecks Nation MC. We talk about them quite a bit. We talk about the SAM Center and Save22.vet. All great military organizations that do a heck of a lot for our veterans here in our backyard.
Can't do enough. As we talked about last week, Jeff, we just can't do enough for our veterans. And I just hope it continues to improve. And certainly there's heartfelt gratitude towards the organizations that reach out and reach out a helping hand.
Yeah. Very cool, to have them involved with us. I've always been a huge supporter. Wasn't a military man myself, but always give thanks when I can and give help when I can. Involved in their, we'll be involved in their golf outings here, each year and help give back. They do a lot. They do more than just the norm. They're giving out, meals a couple times a month and, supplies and things. So it's a great organization. The 22 creates awareness for veteran suicide. And I don't know, Rod, maybe we need to start that 22 push-ups a day for them. What do you think?
I'd be happy to.
And we'll get that rolling here. So also, we've got this pregame show was sponsored by McNeil & Sons Tree Service. Here before too long, we will go through the starting lineups for both teams. Lindsay's Pizza will be sponsoring the starting lineups. The scoreboard update, we'll give you scores all night. We got several crews out there all night. We've got some folks at other games that can text us updates, and so we'll be giving you some scoring updates all this evening as we get them. Certainly, if you're on here with us, if you want to pop in the chat there, let us know what you're hearing and seeing. If you're at a game and listening, let us know. Give us an update. We'd appreciate that. Also, so that's sponsored by LPL Financial, the scoreboard update. I already mentioned Apex Surgical. I gave the injury update there. 2 players for Fitch and 2 players for GlenOak.
We sure got some good games around the county tonight, Joe.
Lots of good games, lots of interest there. Last week before league play starts for everybody, we talked on our podcast here a couple of days ago. We were talking about, is it good, is it bad that teams like GlenOak play a much better, Massillon team? And there's good and I think maybe some bad. It just depends, I'm glad that they got through there relatively healthy with the exception of one player. I think that's maybe a risk when you play a team like that. For me, it's just making sure that you can keep the kids' head in the game and keep them pushing forward and realize that, okay, this is week 3. We're 1-1, really both sides of the ball. And then going into, if we can get one here tonight, even if they don't, you're going into league play next week with really a clean slate.
Yeah, it's also it's a fact, at least in my experience, that you play up to the team you're playing. Mm-hmm. And I know that GlenOak had a tough time last week, but these kids are going to play much better against teams that aren't as strong as a Massillon or a Fitch,
right,
in the league, right? And so I think that they'll come out tonight, and hopefully Coach Garcia's got them fired up, ready to go. And again, it's a game of inches, and every play's a learning experience.
Also, I want to, I mentioned LPL Financial, they're leaders in wealth management. Contact Manuel Patterson at 330-244-9779 or visit him at 4783 Munson Street Northwest, right here in Canton, 44719. Manuel is a really good guy. He's a local guy. His kid's a really stud quarterback over there at Massillon, so we'll see what he looks like here in the near future. I'm sure maybe even after Slaughter's probably around for another year after this. I assume he'll take over starting duties next year. And then after that, it might be the young Patterson. So we'll see what that looks like.
I'll tell you, I watched some highlights of that Massillon game. They have 2 lefty quarterbacks they rotate.
Yeah, yep.
And both of them seem to throw the ball very well.
Yeah.
Move very well. So they are certainly blessed to have that.
Well, they are kind of going to maybe 2 packages, with them both because they both can play. Jalen Slaughter is a junior. He's been a starter since he was a freshman. And we witnessed him throw some dimes down the stretch against Eds in particular to get that W. So went real well there for them. So, he's going to be around another season. So, he's definitely got some more time there. But focusing on this game, I'll hit a couple more sponsors here before we go into the lineups. Cackley Insurance, located at 619 Portage Trail in Cuyahoga Falls. Contact them at 330-929-6006 for home, auto, and personal lines of insurance. Also, St. Joe's Senior Living. For nearly 100 years, St. Joe's Senior Living has provided award-winning care to families in Northeast Ohio. Located at 2308 Reno Drive in Louisville, St. Joseph Senior Living and the Alsatian have a variety of services to assist your loved ones. To schedule a tour or gain more information, call us at 330-875-5562 or visit online at stjosephseniorliving.org. I assume we'll be lighting up the scoreboard this evening, which means we'll have some teams in the red zone. The red zone alert tonight is sponsored by H&H Truck Parts. Halftime show sponsored by C.H. Vallis and Associates. Chris Vallis and his team's been with us from the beginning. We appreciate them and their support. And then once we wrap this up, we will have the post-game show, which will be the Miracle Motors 42 post-game show. And once again, Hilscher Clark sponsors our electric player of the game. And then wrapping up, some of our final sponsors are AWP Safety, Trident Restoration, C.H. Vallis and Associates, Haas Auto Mall, Simon Says Promotions, and Stark Market. Lots of sponsors. We appreciate them. They were able to come out here and highlight these young men, not only here in our county, but also other teams coming in from other counties. So we definitely appreciate their sponsorship.
Sure do. Jeff, am I reading this right? GlenOak's got a gentleman that's $395.
You know what? Let me.
Omar Ford.
I haven't met the young man.
Let's see, number 99. We'll have to find him.
I don't have him on the starting lineup,
no.
But could be right. I guess we'll see here in a moment once they take the field. We've got about 10 minutes here to kick off. And just going over the starting lineups here on the offensive side of the ball for GlenOak. At center, Aiden Lennon, number 54. At left guard, Tommy Dick, number 73. And at right guard, Ashton Rulewitz, number 59. As GlenOak band comes out and starts their alma mater, shortly after that, we will pause once the national anthem begins. Moving on here, the right tackle starting for GlenOak is Tony French, number 77. And at left tackle, Romeo Maggio. He's number 60, real strong kid. He's his older brother played with Luke Tyler, my young man, my son. Really strong family. Uncles and father has had some records in powerlifting. So he comes from that stock. He's strong.
5'10", 240.
As I say, he's strong as a garlic milkshake. And then also on the line there is Austin Morrison, number 86. We highlighted him. D1 talent being looked at by a lot of D1 schools. Those D1 schools just want to see if he can catch the rock. They've seen him do it in in camps and in practice and in scrimmages. They just want to see it on the field on Friday night like tonight. And I understand there's a few coaches here to scout him specifically. And so hopefully they'll throw him the rock tonight and get him some highlight.
Give him some good exposure.
Also, at starting quarterback, Cole Anderson, number 12. He took over duties last year when we called the game. Drew Sarakin and myself called the Lake game versus GlenOak at Lake. Starting quarterback was sick, came out of the game. Cole Anderson came in there and threw the ball all over the place. And really, in my eyes, one starting position at that point. Really good kid. He works real hard. I see him over here at GlenOak all summer long throwing passes and working at it. So he's earned it for sure. So we look forward to him tonight. And then GlenOak has a ton of skill guys. At the wide receiver, we got Mo Malka, number 0, Jalen McElroy, number 1, Sean Lehigh, number 4, and Couture Ashcraft, number 13, who's been around for a couple years and is definitely one to look for on the receiving end. And then, in the backfield, starting is Jamar Johnson. He's putting up some yardage this year, doing real good. And Avante Burt. We know about the Burt kids, number 6. He's a really talented kid. He's getting a lot of smaller D1 schools interested, and, we'll see where he ends up going. And then we'll probably see by the end of the night, Matt Rexdis, number 25, will probably come in and handle some of the duties there as well in the running game. And then the kicking and punting game, Tony Kelly, number 14, is the kicker, and Aiden Whaley, number 10, is the punter. And that'll round out the offensive side for GlenOak. 6:43 here left before we get started. We're just kind of trying to hang out until the band gets going for the national anthem. I believe it's going to be here in a moment. They're going to welcome the team on the field first, so we got a few moments here.
Look at some stats here, Jeff, from GlenOak through the year composite.
Yeah.
Looks like Anderson's had 15 completions, 32 attempts. He's got 4 TDs and only 1 pick. Very respectable. On the rushing side, A.V. Burt's got 64. Johnson, 168 yards, averaging 9.9 a carry.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong. And then you get down to receiving. We've got Burt again, right? 9 receptions, 153 yards, average 17 per.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Adrian Burt play, I'm sorry, that's Avante Burt is the one playing tonight. Adrian's the one that's is out this evening. But Avante is he's kind of like that guy that you can do a jet sweep with. You can put him in the backfield. You can put him in a slot. They're going to move him all over the field tonight and put him in many different places, get him in space, try to let his athletic ability take over and get some scores and some yardage that way. So we look forward to that. Austintown Fitch Falcons have now come on the field. They are dressed in their blue pants, white jerseys with the red letters. Looks like white helmets with the F on the side. Real clean numbers there for us to see.
Yeah, it's pretty easy compared to last week.
On the other hand, we've got GlenOak over here, which is a announcer's nightmare. The dark jerseys with the dark numbers. They got really, really dark green, almost black jerseys with dark green letters. So we're going to call folks out. Luckily, we're familiar with this squad, so we can probably figure out who it is most of the time. But it's going to be tough for us to see those numbers, but we'll call it out best we can.
Here come the Golden Eagles.
And here they come. They've got the, as a player does a backflip coming on the field, they've got the traditional GlenOak green pants with the gold GlenOak down the side of the pants. As we said, the dark, maybe black, dark green jerseys with the green letters. The all-green helmets with the eagle wing almost look like the Philadelphia,
Eagles.
don't they?
Yeah, you do. Look like the Philadelphia Eagles out there tonight with that helmet.
Really sweet. So we're going to pause now. The teams are lining up for the national anthem, so we're going to pause for the national anthem. And welcome back, folks, from that national anthem there. GlenOak Band has always been one of the better bands around, so it's great to hear that for sure. Again, I'm going to take a moment to thank our veterans, our first responders, the men and women that keep us safe and save us a lot of times. And we can do what we do because of them. We appreciate you and everything you do. And we just want to make sure from Stark Media that all the veterans out there know that for sure.
Amen, and our humble gratitude to all of you.
Not only the actual veterans, but the parents of veterans. They go through quite a bit. So our hearts are with you at all times. We appreciate all that. Rounding back out some of the starting. So I went through the GlenOak offense, GlenOak Fitch defense here. Starting at nose guard, Mark Stankorb, number 52. At, let's see, defensive line here, Cam Natali, number 43, and Donovan Bell Sullivan, number 4. Corners are Davion Pritchard, number 2. We talked about him already. Dan Evans, the 3rd, number 3. Wonder why he's number 3. Dan Evans, the 3rd, number 3.
Pretty good number.
He will also be taking over some kick return and some punt return as well. Devanzo Tate, number 0, and Clarence Kroom, number 25, are all the corners that will be in tonight. Rocco at the linebacker core is Devin Phillips, number 6. Rocco DeFlorio, number 44. Marky Fitzgerald, number 13, and Alex Hill at the rounding out the linebackers. And then in the secondary, Deontay Stallings, number 14, and Deshaun Vaughn, number 9. Head coach for the Fitch Falcons is TJ Parker. And dual duties for the defensive coordinators is Nico Manicho and Joe McMahon. So that'll round out the defense there for Fitch. We'll get more into that here in a moment. We're nearly kickoff time here, and it looks like GlenOak is going to be kicking off, going right to left on your dial. Fitch back to receive. Looks like Davion Pritchard, number 2, is back there to receive, and I think it's going to be Dan Evans as well. 12 minutes on the clock, folks. Here we go. No score yet.
Alrighty.
Obviously.
Game week 3, folks. Here we go. Northeast Ohio football here from Stark County.
Leather on leather. Here's the kick. It's up. It's a real short one. It's going to be fielded. Oh, and he got behind the receiver, and he caught it at the 10. He's running, made a guy miss, and fell down at the 9-yard line. So big mistake there for Dan Evans, who let that ball go, and it was a free ball there for a moment. But they came back up with it, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. GlenOak Golden Eagles here to have a new scoreboard to our right. Looks pretty darn good. That's just got installed this season. Looks real nice here. Bob Cummings Field. If you know about GlenOak, you know who Bob Cummings is. He was the original guy that got the field here, and so they had to name the field after him for sure. He's a legend in this town without question. So on 1st and 10.
Former head coach at Iowa.
Oh, nice. And so the Fitch Falcons will come out, take over. Deshaun Vaughn here in the backfield. He's got DJ Williams off his left hip. Quick fake handoff, rolling left, looking left, throwing deep. Had a man wide open.
Number 8.
Little to no effort to go after that ball. It looked like a catchable ball.
Yeah,
but,
it looks like number 8 just kind of slowed up there. And
I don't know if maybe turn around, sun in his eyes. I don't know. It was a very odd play there. Allen Hill, incomplete pass there from Deshaun Vaughn.
Well thrown ball.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Fitch Falcons. GlenOak on defense. GlenOak looks like a cover 2 here. Got a man in motion left to right. Fake handoff.
Up the middle.
He did hand it off up the middle. He got about 5 yards before he got smacked there by the defender of GlenOak. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for Fitch Falcons.
Number 42 for Fitch. Carrying the ball.
And he's the Ball State commit, number 42 there, that just ran that rock. Doesn't look super fast, but he goes north and south. Looks like a big kid.
Yeah, that was a slow developing play there. So hopefully we'll see what comes up next.
3rd and 5 play here. Here's the snap, drops back, tucks it, runs.
Off,
quarterback's got plenty of room to run. He's got a 1st down and more. He's tackled at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons.
Yeah, nobody covered. Good coverage by GlenOak, and unfortunately, the quarterback had some room up the middle. They spread the defense out, and here they go again. They're ready to go.
Design play there. Quick pass to the left, caught, and he's got room to run. Missed tackle. Another first down for Fitch Falcons. That was Allen Hill Jr. that time. Was able to catch that and bring that on a quick screen play.
Yep, quick out to the left, and moving the chains.
Looks like they're changing up their offense quite a bit. Looks like they got a running game and a throwing game both. Here's a snap, fake handoff, pass to the right, completed to number 3, Dan Evans, the third, and he got a good move in the backfield to make a guy miss, and then got about 2 yards out of that one. Really could have had a loss there, but made a guy miss and got some possession, positive yards out of that one.
Yeah, that certainly could have been a loss. However, like you mentioned, he managed to get 2. Let's see what they do here. Let's see what the GlenOak defense steps up.
First time I've seen this all year, a quarterback under center, hard count, got the Eagles to jump. Offsides, GlenOak.
Yep, can't do it.
That's going to be a killer 5-yard penalty there. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4. I think that's the first time we've seen anybody under center, except for maybe we haven't seen a victory formation either. So that's first time under center there. So they do change up their formations quite a bit. We got Deuces right, single left, man in the backfield off the right hip of Vaughn. Vaughn takes a snap, drops back.
Way back.
Clean pocket. Deep ball over top. Got a man. Caught and dropped. Right in his hands. Had 2 men on him. He had an underthrown ball. Vaughn underthrew that ball to Evans, and he just couldn't bring it in.
It was right through his hands.
Yeah.
He again, it was right there. He had double coverage on him, but he had a gap as far as space to catch the ball, and unfortunately, it just went right through his hands.
So 3rd down and 3. Let's see if GlenOak can make sure they watch the ball and don't jump off sides here. Make them run the play. Quick handoff left. He's running. He's got room to run again. And it's going to be a 1st down for DJ Williams again. Running just straight off tackle. Going to be 1st and 10 Fitch.
That was a very hard, straightforward, good run. Got
a bird fight here. We got Falcons on Eagles, and right now the Falcons are taking care of business, moving the ball easily. GlenOak's defense is going to need to step up, or they're going to have a long evening with some of these D1 talent they got here. Deuces left, quick throw left, caught. Number 11, Brady Evans brought it in, and he's got a blocker, and he got all the way down.
Looks like
nearly a 1st down there at the 34-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, it depends where they mark it. They're giving them a lot of room on these outs. I mean, the pass is shallow out to the left or right. However, they're getting a little bit of blocking on the outside, and they're picking up yards thereafter.
Deuces left, single right. DJ Williams off the right hip of Deshaun Vaughn. Here's a snap, fake handoff, RPO. Got 2 guys in his face, threw it, completed. Dan Evans again. Completed pass for a 1st down. Tackled by 2 Eagles.
I don't know if you noticed, Jeff, this quarterback's dropping back about 15 to 20 yards.
Yeah, he does get real deep. That tackle was David Potter. I think his older brother played here and was a real good linebacker as well. I noticed that. He drops back pretty far. He takes about a 5-6 step drop. Deuces left, single right. RPO, handed it off again. Up the middle, running, got drilled at his legs and went down. Still got a few yards on that one. And DJ Williams again.
I'm sorry, Jeff. The Eagles are, the Falcons are on the line of scrimmage at this point. Just moving the Eagles around.
Yeah. Having their way with in the trenches, as we say. Got the up back in there this time. DJ Williams off the left hip. Deshaun Vaughn. Cadence, hard count, trying to get him to jump, trying to get them easy ones, seeing how disciplined GlenOak is. 8:40 to play here in the 1st quarter, no score. 2nd down and 6. Deshaun Vaughn taking his time, 10 seconds on the play clock. Here's a snap. Handoff again to Williams up the middle. Got tons of room. He got had a big hole, but GlenOak did a good job of closing it quick.
Yeah, he's short.
Kavera's Caller stepped up there.
It's going to be about what, Jeff? 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1 and a half?
Yeah, 3rd and 1. See if they go under center again, try to get GlenOak to jump.
Fitch has been doing a good job moving the ball down the field, eating up a lot of clock along the way.
Deuces right, single coverage left. Man in motion right to left. Williams off the right hip. Vaughn takes a snap. Hand it off to Williams up the middle, and he got nothing. I don't think he got the first down.
It's
going to be close.
Depends where they mark it.
And they're signaling.
I think they're signaling first down. Or no.
They're not moving the change yet.
No, they're going to
fourth down. It's going to bring the fourth down in inches. And now they change it. Now they say first down. I thought I saw the official here down below us, signaling that. So here's another pitch to Williams, running to the right, trying to get to the corner. Nothing really there. Got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there. We had a whole flock of Eagles, Golden Eagles there on that coverage.
You know, Jeff, you're right. 42 doesn't seem to have a lightning speed, but he just glides along out there.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid. He doesn't look like he has, like you said, that kind of speed. But, he's 5'10", 190. He looks bigger than that. He looks like about 210 to me. But regardless, they are having their way, running the ball up the middle. That's the first time they went to the edge. And now they got single coverage on the outside. They're going to throw it up. 50-50 ball. Great defense by GlenOak. Wonderful defense there. Got in, I think that was Ashcraft. I think it was Couture Ashcraft. Actually, no, it was Jalen McElroy on the knockdown there.
Yeah, it's hard to see that number, Jeff.
Yeah, it's really, when you've got somebody on the outside that can go single coverage like that and knock a ball down, that's really nice to have. Now, GlenOak's got to take advantage of that and get some guys in the box here and stop the running game.
Long third down.
6:54 to play. 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 11 coming up.
See if they can tighten up here in the red zone.
Another new formation here now. They got 4 wide, trips left, single right. Williams off the left hip this time of Vaughn. Vaughn again in shotgun. Here's a quick snap. He's got plenty of guys to go to. He's going to run out of the pocket, and then he's going to throw. Completed pass over the middle. But it
might come back.
Looks like we got some.
Yep, it's going to be against Fitch.
Some laundry on the carpet here.
Not sure what the call is, either holding or it is holding.
Yep. So holding on Fitch, that's going to bring them back.
Hey, that's a great job. Tell you what, that was a hard throw by that quarterback and a very good one. The reason I say that, folks, he was rolling to his left and threw straight back across the middle.
Yep. Dangerous throw, but he zipped it. Had a guy wide open. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 21.
3rd and, yeah.
6:47 to play here in the first quarter. No score.
It's 3rd down from here to Carrollton.
Yeah. Yep. 6:43 and counting. And it looks like Fitch is going to take their time here getting their play in. They got 16 seconds on the play clock. 13 seconds. 10 seconds. And ticking. They're taking their time. Looks like they're getting set. Now they're going to almost a goal line situation here. Quick. Snap, drop back, thrown to the right, nearly picked off, but caught. Number 3 receiving again. Dan Evans brought that one in back to the original line of scrimmage. So now they got a decision to make. I don't know what kind of kicking game they've got. I think actually their starting kicker is injured. Anthony Ruggles is out. So we'll see what the backup is able to do, Jackson Faulkner. But it looks like they've got the offense on there, going to on a 4th and 7 situation.
Let's see what they got. Let's see what they have up their sleeve, Jeff. Not sure here. Let's see what the formation. You got what? 3 right, 3 left.
And they're in the. This is the H&H Truck Parts red zone alert. They're at the 19-yard line here. Here's a snap, drop back, looking. Doesn't have anybody going through progression. Got a guy complete. First down, Falcons at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
Yeah, he's at the 6-yard line, right, Jeff?
Oh, I'm sorry, it is. They are on the 6-yard line, correct. So it's 1st and goal from the 6. 5:38 to play, no score. Fitch Falcons were coming out. Single left, single right. They're going to suspect DJ Williams might get the ball here. Under center, handed off to DJ Williams, running left, got hit.
Nothing.
And nothing doing. All kinds of Eagles there on that. A whole flock of them.
Again, that was a slow developing play. If they want to get up and down the field in this red zone, they're going to have to zip it a little bit more.
I want to do a shout out to GlenOak here for the hospitality. We got our own suite here.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, this is amazing. This is and again, for the folks at Jackson, we love your booth as well. But there's just a little more room for us to spread out tonight.
Boy, I hope we see one as good as we did last week, huh?
Exactly.
Here, we're back in action. Here's a RPO, roll out to the right. Nobody. He's looking. He's going to tuck and run. And then he took a second, threw it, back corner.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Falcons. So Deshaun Vaughn took the snap, RPO, rolled right, looked right.
Flag.
Acted like he's going to tuck and run.
Got a flag on the far side.
Acted like he's going to tuck and run, and then he jumped back, backwards, threw it, back in a corner. Complete for a touchdown, but there is a flag down. We'll see what that is.
I don't know how it looks like he stayed behind the line of scrimmage, but this might be.
It is against Fitch. I didn't see what they.
It might be. What do we got here?
Must have been holding.
Or illegal, or lineman downfield, one or the other.
It's a long developing play. It looks like a 5-yard penalty. We're not exactly sure what it was because they're now on the 12-yard line.
They didn't make the call.
And it's going to be second down and goal from the 12.
I didn't hear
13.
the call. I didn't hear the penalty called. You did?
No, I did not. I don't know what happened there, but it's a 5-yard penalty of some sort.
All right.
4:45 to play first quarter, so they're going to take 6 points off the board there. See if GlenOak can tighten up their defense. Here's a snap, dropping back, looking, fade in the corner, one-on-one, caught, touchdown. Number 16 brought that one in. Dom Perry.
Boy, he made that look easy.
One-on-one coverage on the outside. I think Couture got beat there to the corner on that fade route. It was a perfectly thrown ball. And it's 6-0 Fitch. We'll see what the backup kicker has to say here for Fitch on this PAT.
Jackson Faulkner. Okay.
Here's the snap. Leather on leather is up, and it's down the middle. Good. 7-0. Fitch Falcons over Eagles. They take it 90 yards on a long drive. Took a lot of time off the clock. 4:42 left to play here in the first quarter. It is Fitch Falcons 7, GlenOak Eagles 0. GlenOak will now come back out in with their first possession after this kickoff. Starting on the defense there for we didn't get through that totally, but we'll go through that here as we go. Interested to see now the GlenOak, how they're going to do, how they're going to come back, if they can move the rock and get this answer real quick with 4:42 left to play. Again, Eagles FOE 190 and Hilscher Clark Electric Company are sponsoring and presenting this with the Stark Media YouTube stream. You're listening to Jeff Tyler and Rod Strata. If you get a chance, folks, check out our podcast, if you will, that we did this week. We went over to the Hall of Fame induction center there and did a really nice podcast. It's about 40 or 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
We go through what's happened so far in the first 2 weeks. We plan to do that every week, if not every other week, just to give you some local updates of what's going on with some kids. You and I were able to talk about what happened over there at Jackson the last 2 weeks and that incredible finish there by Jackson and how poised they were. And but we gave
that quarterback
updates all over the place. We'll be checking for some scores here as well.
Got you one, Jeff. I got you one here, partner. How about this one out of the gate? Streetsboro 7, Aviators 0.
All right. And that's the LPL Financial Scoreboard update. Very early thus far, so we'll see what else happens. Looks like East Canton's getting beat early, 14-0 by Southern Local. And here's a kick, super short one, free ball, picked up, caught at the 30, turned around, and fell down at the 34-yard line. That was a scary ball. It was live for a moment. Luckily, I think it was Jabraylin Wilcox stepped up to get that ball there.
Here's an update for you, Jeff. Tigers from Massillon, 14. Tigers from Mansfield, 0.
Wow. Okay. That's a annual battle. Tigers are very familiar with. Are they at Mansfield or are they at? I think they're at Mansfield this year, aren't they?
Take another look.
They're very familiar with that stadium. They end up playing some playoffs down there all the time. So here's the snap. Cole Anderson thrown wide, knocked it down, nearly fumbled on the snap. He wasn't quite ready for it. So the first thing we talked about pregame was, can GlenOak minimize mistakes? And immediately they come out with an early snap. We'll need to get on the same page there. But he did recover it, got it about a 2-yard loss there, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, I think they're at Massillon, Jeff.
Okay.
And Hoover's on the board. Playing Royal Imperial Collegiate Knights.
From Canada.
Correct.
Canadian team, yep. Royal Imperial came here a few years ago when my Luke Tyler busted off an 80-yard run on him for a touchdown. It was fun to watch. We were going crazy. Back in action here, jet sweep, toss to Burt. Burt got knocked down, tackled in the backfield. Flag on the play, probably a hold.
Hold or face mask. They threw it right where the quarterback went down.
It is a face mask, you're right, Rod. And so that's a big help to GlenOak after a shaky first 2 plays. Tried the jet sweep, had absolutely nothing going there. I don't know that you can get outside on the speed of Fitch here like that, but we'll see what they can come up with here.
Big penalty, a lot of yards on that one.
Here, Bob Cummings Field here at GlenOak. Golden Eagles, Coach Scott Garcia left, was here for years, set the record for most wins in the program, retired, and then came back here after a couple years, and he's back at the helm and back what he's loves to do. Quick handoff to Bird up the middle, and he got tripped up. No gain, maybe 2 yards. And so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for you. And, Rod, I think you've got another LPL financial scoreboard update there.
Oh, I think we do. Massillon now 21-0 over Mansfield. We got the Tuslaw Mustangs 7, Riverview Black Bears 0. And in Manchester, it's Marlington 7, Manchester Panthers 0.
Yeah, as we said in our podcast, we thought Marlington would handle things against Manchester there. And then also Richmond Heights is getting whooped by the Crusaders, 14-0. We're back in action. Another handoff up the middle. Nothing happening there. Again, a big scruffle there in the middle. And guys are getting a little fired up here. No flag down. You know what I like to see, Rod, is, you know, look, I like to see the kids have the fire and be playing hard. I also like to see it whenever the officials separate them, let them move on, and don't throw flags immediately on stuff like that. Yeah. It's football. It's not tennis.
It is football. No, if it's flagrant, yes, you got to throw a flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. But when it's just a couple guys hitting and jawing, hey, let most of that go.
A couple things going on down there, right? There's adrenaline and testosterone going on down there. So these guys got to, they got to let them play.
Right. So on the 3rd and 9 possession, quick snap. Cole Anderson's got no time, and he made 2 guys miss. Took off running left, got tackled then for a loss of 2. It's going to be 4th down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. We'll see. It looks like they're going to bring the punting crew out here for GlenOak. Tony Kelly is the punt and kicker. It's Aiden Whaley is number 10 is the punter. 132 and counting here in the first quarter. GlenOak down 7-0 the Fitch Falcons. A lot of good football over there in that Austintown area.
Oh, there is. You know,
3 state titles there last year just in that area. South Range being one of them. Lots of good talent in some small communities there.
Oh, there's no question. Back during my time playing, Jeff, Western Pennsylvania, Northeast Ohio were 1 and 2 in the country for Division I players.
Oh, wow. So here's a snap and the punt. It's up. It's a very good punt. Landing at the 6-yard line. Unfortunately, it took a Fitch bounce into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, I think now, there's quite a few states that, Texas, Florida. Yeah, this was the Northeast Ohio. It's still a hotbed.
Yeah.
Right? And Western Pennsylvania. However, if you look at it, I look at these coaches that recruited at the universities and college. They'll look at the skilled guys down south.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they'll look at the
meat.
The meat up here.
The beef.
Yeah.
Well, we saw what kind of, we always puff our chests out in Northeast Ohio on our football, and we think we're the best in the country. And we proved it a couple weekends ago when we put it on a lot of out-of-state teams. So
for sure.
Here's another quick handoff up the middle. Williams got wrapped up by 3 GlenOak players, and I think your assessment is right of the young man. The center there, was it number 99? 390?
Hold on.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Couple big guys there.
Let's see. Sorry, folks. I got to
And
look
again,
it up right here.
folks, we've got dark green numbers on black
99,
jerseys.
5'10", 395.
So
I'm going to take another look at this.
So it looks like another hard count, and GlenOak jumped again. Not playing discipline at the moment. They're eager to get in there, and Fitch is taking advantage of it. Good cadence there by Deshaun Vaughn to get him to jump off. And, you know, when you just start out right away, just giving up 5 yards like at a time like that, it's not good. 26 seconds to play here in the first quarter. This may be the last play of the quarter. Trips left, single right. Here's a low snap. Handoff to Williams up the middle. Got hit, rolled. Spin move. Nearly got a first down. He's about 2 yards short. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Fitch Falcons.
That was a close helmet to helmet.
Did a nice job in the lane there to spin move off of that. And it's going to tick down to the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it is the Fitch Falcons 7, the GlenOak Eagles 0 after each team had one possession there. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Eagles FOE 190 and Hilscher Clark Electric Company. National anthem was sponsored by Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. As we flip fields here.
Well, first quarter, Jeff, I think certainly Fitch is dominating the game thus far. GlenOak again is hurting themselves. They're hurting themselves with mental mistakes.
Yeah.
Jumping off sides, got to watch the ball, and that just those become disheartening after a while. And GlenOak offense needs to get a spark.
Yeah, they do. Especially on defense. They need somebody to step up. You can see Coach Garcia there in the middle of the huddle going nuts, getting in some kids right now and getting some kids to step up. Like we said on our podcast, you know, it's good to play better teams like they did last week against Massillon, but you've got to keep the kids' head in it. They got to come out here in the second quarter with their hair on fire and figure out how to stop this running game. You know, they're pretty balanced. They're, you know, run to pass here for them, so it's a lot to account for with some talent over there with Fitch, but without their defense stepping up, it's going to be a long night for the GlenOak Eagles.
They're definitely going to need to. And here's the thing, Jeff. These guys, you know, the teams know who they're going to play a year ahead, right? And they really have to get mentally ready for them.
Yeah.
And I know you don't do it 8 months prior, but you certainly know they're in your sights.
Right. So we're back in action here. Tight formation. Under center. Took a quick QB snap up the middle.
No, I don't think so.
And I don't think they got the first down there.
See where they mark
Blew it dead. They called it right away. First and 10 Falcons. After that first play, as we set the chains, the clock just gets started again. 11:52 to play here in the first half. Fitch Falcons up 7-0. This is the second possession for Fitch. They marched it down and took a lot of time off the clock on their last possession, and it looks like they're pretty methodical. Looks like they're going to continue to do that. Williams in the backfield off the hip at Deshaun Vaughn. Man in motion left to right. Snap. Handoff. Drilled at the backfield. Made a guy miss and then got tackled after his second effort.
99 was in there, Jeff.
Looks like a 1 yard loss. Going to be 2nd down and 11 for Austintown Fitch.
Omar Ford.
Taking up some space there on the defensive line. 11-11 to play, ticking here in the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, you know, for his size, Jeff, he doesn't move too bad. He was in that backfield pretty quick.
Deuces left, deuces right. Williams in motion out of the backfield. Quick fake pass. He's going to tuck and run. Deshaun Vaughn got room to run, got a first down, and got knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
You can tell he's a very seasoned quarterback.
Yeah, it looks real poised.
Got some good wheels. Throws the ball well.
7-0 Fitch, and they're working on a good drive here once again. And I wonder, was there a penalty there? They're moving him back. Must have.
He's here. Let's see what.
Blocking the back, maybe.
I didn't hear it either.
Not seeing the officials give us the signal. Again, we don't know what happened there. But it's going to be 2nd down and 11 again.
That comes back. That hurts. Helps the Eagles.
Deuces left, deuces right. Shotgun formation with Williams off the left hip. Hard count, trying to get him to jump again. Boy, they go for that a lot, don't they?
They sure do. Well,
maybe they saw on tape some undiscipline in the front line there. Back in action, Deuce's right, Deuce's left. Here's a snap, drops back, looking, fake throw, over top, rolling left, looking left, nothing. Trying to take his time, got pressure, thrown, completed, short of the first down to number 8, Allen Hill Jr.
Got to give him some credit on that one. GlenOak had some pressure on him. However, quarterback did a very nice job finding number 8 out in the flat.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Vaughn there could have tucked and ran and got 5 or 6, but he chose to be patient, let it develop, and throw to his receiver there for a near first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 at their own 38-yard line, 39-yard line. Single right, single left. 2 in the backfield, under center this time. Quick handoff left, running left, got swarmed. Nothing. Immediately tackled in the backfield for loss.
Yes, sir.
And that was Carlito Hall on the tackle there. Great job there, stepping up in that lane, giving them nothing to go for. 10 minutes and counting. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7, so we'll see what they do here. I think they got the punting team on, but they've got a formation. They've got a really odd formation. They got trips beyond the boundary right and left. And now they're going to, looks like they're going to take a timeout here. And while we wait for this timeout to happen, I'm going to thank H&H Truck Parts. They sponsor our Red Zone. The halftime show coming up in 10 minutes on the clock will be the C.H. Vallis and Associates halftime show. The postgame will be sponsored by Miracle Motors 42. And the electric player of the game, which we will see who that will be, is Hilsher Clark, the electric player of the game. So
let's hope it's for the home team, Jeff.
Yeah, let's hope. Hopefully, we'll see that. And what do you think GlenOak's got to do here defensively? They're getting spread out pretty much. They've started to do a better job of stopping the run.
They are.
And they've had a couple good pressures there where, Fitch just used their athletic ability to get outside and be patient and make a play.
Well, they need to keep them contained. If they're going to pressure and containment, that quarterback's going to go out every time. He's either out or up the middle, depending on where the defense is on the field. But if that defense can string them out on either side,
yeah,
they got a shot.
9:34 to play. They got trips left, trips all the way right. Only 3 guys on the line. It's going to be a quick little look, pooch punt. But he's going to take it and run. He's going to go, and he's going to get a first down out of that one all the way to the 47-yard line, 44-yard line.
That's a heck of a call right there.
Boy, Rod, they just spread them out. They put trips all the way over, almost out of bounds on left and right. They only had 3 guys on the line there in the middle to snap it. The quarterback just read it, really. He looked to see, okay, I'm going to either pooch punt this one,
I'm going to run,
or I'm going to take off, and he just decided to tuck it and run.
And he did a beeline right for that first down marker.
That's a killer whenever you get him in a 4th down and long situation and you give that up. So now we're back here. Deuce's left, single right. Here's a snap. RPO, dropping back, looking right. Single coverage, 50-50 ball. Dropped, almost caught it, one-handed, but incomplete pass. He's asking for a flag, and the kid was nowhere near him.
That was great coverage.
Until the very end. It was very good coverage down the stretch. I think that was Couture again.
Great coverage.
And we'll see here if we can get a tell with the number there. They all look the same out there at the moment with all them same jerseys. 9:17, the clock has stopped after that incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 at their own 43-yard line of Fitch. Fitch winning 7-0 on GlenOak. And this is only really the 3rd possession of the game. Each team's had one. This is Fitch's 2nd. So here's a snap, handoff left. Williams got hit.
Broke a tackle.
Made a guy miss. Broke another tackle. Down to the 49-yard line.
See, Louisville has scored. They're up 7-0 on Northwest in the 2nd quarter, Jeff.
That's an LPL financial scoreboard update. Minerva down 7-0 right now. Let's see, Hoover Vikings up 14-0 on Imperial. Let's see, the South Local Indians now. East Canton's got on the board. It's 22-7. East Canton's down at the moment, but we'll see what they can come up with here. Deuces left, single right. Hand off to Williams, running left, looking left, got a hole, broke another tackle, broke 2 more tackles, kept them legs running for a first down all the way down to the Eagles' 33-yard line. I see why he's got D-run looks now.
Oh, no,
he's
no
low
question.
to the ground. He hits guys, and they bounce off like it's Tecmo Bowl out there.
Yards after contact.
Probably had 15 yards after contact there. 8:20 and counting in the second quarter. First and 10, Fitch Falcons up 7-0. Boy, they just take their time and eat the clock up, don't they?
They sure do. Look at this. We're down to 8 minutes already.
Deuces right. Single left, man in motion right to left, sits in that up back spot, handoff up the middle, got a man miss, made another guy miss, spin move, fumbled the ball, GlenOak ball. First down, GlenOak on a recovery there. Number 22, DeAndre Richard coughed it up.
Fitch has got the ball.
And they're going to now say.
Hold on. I think they gave it to Fitch.
I don't see how that was possible, but they now say it's Fitch's ball.
Oh, Fitch must
fumbled it forward about 6 yards.
I saw there was a Fitch player on the front end of that looking back, and he might have had his hands in there. That ball had a lot of momentum bouncing towards the end. Well, towards
the end zone, yeah.
Towards the end zone, even though we're 20 yards out or 18 yards out.
There is a flag on the play now.
Oh, they may be discussing it.
So they are discussing it. Coach T.J. Parker is on the field with his hands up, wondering what's going on. We don't know what's going on. They're having a meeting, and it's
holding
personal.
Against personal foul, Eagles.
Personal foul, Eagles. So it's going to probably be half the distance now at this point, since they're in the H&H Truck Park red zone, and it's going to be their ball on the 8-yard line.
I get it. They're shouldn't have the personal foul, but it's understandable, right? They thought they had the ball. Ball goes back to Fitch, and there's some frustration starting to show up down there, Jeff.
First and goal, Fitch Falcons on the GlenOak's 9-yard line in the H&H Truck Park red zone. Trips right, single left. Quick handoff out the middle. Williams hit.
Wow.
Hit at the line. Line still moving, still pushing them through there. And it's going to be, you got a few yards out of that one.
Rugby scrum on that one, folks.
It sure was. Looked like a rugby match. Going to bring up second down and goal here. Trips left now, single right, single coverage on the right-hand side. Williams off the left hip, drops back, fade to the right, picked off! And he downed it immediately in the end zone. Interception. We'll get a number here for you, folks.
Number 6.
I think it's Avante Bird, I believe.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Avante Bird?
No, Jabraylon Wilcox, number 9, getting out the belt here. The GlenOak championship belt for the interception.
Oh, is that the turnover belt?
I guess so. The turnover belt, picked it off. Might have had some room to run there. He only had big guys around him. I think he could probably brought that back pretty far.
Well,
but he did the smart thing.
He did the really smart thing.
He did the safe thing, we'll say.
But I'll tell you what, being down 1.
That's huge for them to do that. It was a poorly thrown ball inside, and Wilcox just stepped in there and picked it off. And here's handoff to up the middle. Burt hit, spins, did his own version of Williams to make a guy miss and got a few yards out of nothing.
Yep, all the armchair quarterbacks are going to say, well, you should have taken off, right? But after 50, he did the smart thing.
He looked up, he saw 4 big jerseys, and decided to kneel it, take over at the 20-yard line.
If he had one more second to process, he said, those are 4 big jerseys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I can get there.
6:47 here in the second quarter. GlenOak down 7-0. Man in motion right to left. Fake jet sweep, handoff to the right. He's running, made a guy miss. Got hit low and hard, got a few yards out of that one.
Eagles need to block. This offensive line's got to give him a chance.
Jamar Johnson got hit, made a guy miss there. And Wilcox is coming up limp here. I think that's Wilcox. Again, folks, dark green letters on black jerseys, hard to tell. So it's 3rd down and 3 to go. GlenOak on their own 27-yard line. Single right, trips bunched left. Quick Handoff, running to the right. He's got room to run. Nice shifty move there to get to first down and a little bit more.
Oh, he got plenty more.
And that was Avante Burt making a guy miss, getting that first down all the way down to the 35-yard line and marching. 5:51 to play here. GlenOak has all 3 timeouts. Fitch Falcons have 2 left.
Marlington's putting it on Manchester, Jeff, 21-0 in the second quarter.
The LPL financial scoreboard update here. Perry Panthers 7-0 over Euclid at the moment.
No score in the Canton-McKinley Dublin game. Dublin-Coffin.
And here's another handoff to up the middle. Got a blocker. Made a guy miss.
Ooh,
got
nice
3
run.
guys trying to tackle. It looked like he had some carry-on luggage in the airport there.
He sure did.
Dragging some guys with him.
And
Jamar Johnson, great run there.
He had him all over his back, just carrying him down the sideline.
5-10 and counting. GlenOak going to this run game and having success running to the right. At some point, you figure they're going to have to go over top. And GlenOak with a tight formation fullback in the game here. Handoff again to the right. Cut it back. Got room to run.
He's
Getting
gone.
outside. He's got
gone.
room. He's got a chaser all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Sorry, folks. I thought he had it. He went down and all the way.
Avante Burt runs it down to the, I think, about 10-yard line. We'll get a 12-yard line here. Great job there. Taking off, getting the hole, hitting that seam, and putting the afterburners on.
Boy, the Jets turned on there. No question.
That'll help. 4:40 to play into the H&H Truck Part red zone, all the way down to the 12-yard line. GlenOak, same formation, single right, handoff again to Burt, running same place. Found a hole, but got tackled immediately, got a yard maybe. 4:34 to play. GlenOak down 7-0.
Heck of a run, Jeff. Got outside, and he was almost gone the entire distance.
Nearly got there. You saw number 8 fly up from the other side of the field, had the angle, and was able to get there in time, unfortunately, for GlenOak. Here's a snap again, hand throw over. Oh, Austin Morrison. They went to the tight end there in the end zone, and he got clobbered. It was a really quick hit throw. We called out Austin Morrison at the beginning of the game, thinking he's going to get some passes. He got one there, wasn't able to come up with it. There was a lot of contact. .355 to play. GlenOak now coming out 3rd and 8. They can still get a first down. They got single left. Deuces right. Burt in the backfield. Burt releasing out of the backfield. Cole looking. Nobody. Rolling left. Patient. Got a guy down left. Threw it into all kinds of traffic. Very dangerous throw. Should have been picked off. And the Fitch defender is making himself. Rocco DeFlorio's doing some push-ups out there after the mistake, you know?
Yeah, Jeff. He got lucky on that one. It didn't grab it.
I think Cole did a good job. I didn't really see anybody open there. He did a good job of rolling left, taking his time. Unfortunately, I think he had a guy open there in the back of the corner of the end zone, but he just threw it low.
A little bit low. To
that under guy, and they're going to attempt a field goal. The kick is up. The kick is good. Just inside the left post.
On the board.
On the board. I like the decision there. You know, you only had 9 yards to go. I like the decision of getting points on the board, getting a win. 3:44 to play here in the first half. GlenOak down 7-3 to the Fitch Falcons. It's just kind of been a heavyweight match here at the beginning.
Oh, it's been a really
smacking
good ball
each other
game
back
this far.
and forth.
Yes, sir, Jeff. It's been a good ball game, and you saw me get a little excited there, started to catch off when he was going down that sideline. But I'll tell you what, GlenOak, you know what? They're in the game. They're only down 4 points. Fitch has moved the ball up and down the field a little bit, but the Eagles good drive, brought some results. I know they won. I know they probably wanted 7, but hey, 3's better than 0.
Absolutely. You know, they started to establish that run a little bit, running right each time. They haven't ran left yet, but they did establish the run there. The big guys there in the trenches started to take over for GlenOak, so that's a good sign for them to get things rolling. Going to need to see this passing game come together. Each time Cole Anderson has dropped back, he hasn't had much to go. I would have loved to seen our guy come up with it there, the tight end there in the end zone, but it was one of those quick hitters. Tough to come up with that.
Yeah, it is.
3:44 to play here, first half. This broadcast is brought to you by Eagles FOE 190 and Hilscher Clark Electric Company. It's the Stark Media YouTube stream game of the week. You're listening to Jeff, Tyler, and Rod Strata. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to jump on there, hit that like button, and then the follow button. We appreciate it. If you want to put some comments in, we appreciate that as well. If you have any scores, if you're at any games listening to us, feel free to put some scores in there for us. And here's the kickoff, and it's leather on leather up. Another short one. It's going to go out of bounds. Unfortunately, at the 24-yard line, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that's not a good one. That's another mental mistake right there.
So special teams has not been good to GlenOak thus far on the 4th and long that they gave up there on that punt. And then now kicking it out of bounds after they scored. Not good to give them position. Good field position here. 3:44 to play. And the another LPL financial scoreboard update. Louisville Leopards up 7-0 on Northwest Indians. We got a crew over there during the game as well. Marlington now up 21-0 over Manchester, as we kind of suspected would go. Let's see. Beaver local 0, Minerva 0. Euclid is down 14-0.
Panthers.
Perry Panthers. Your Perry Panthers.
Panthers. There's the Dublin scored.
And Bulldogs are down 7-0 against Dublin. And we're back in action. Another handoff to Williams. Spin move. Made 2 guys miss. And got tackled by 3 guys after the initial yak there. Let's see. Got about 4 or 5 yards. Another update now, our Alliance, let's see, I don't say our, but Alliance Aviators now back on the board behind Zurbrigg, 14-7 over Streetsboro.
Polar Bears are back.
Polar Bears, 14-0. This is they're on the road this week. Rod and I had their first 2 home games. They're on the road this week. Here's a quick pass to the right, complete. Great tackle there with the defender in his face.
Big
got
loss.
around, made a guy go down for a good loss there, a couple 2-3 yards. And that was number 7, Dakotas Davis on that. Great tackle in the open field. 2:50 to play here.
Great loss there. Jeff, just to inform you, your Fairless Falcons are up 21-6 over Claymont.
All right.
How about
Falcons
that?
got it. We talked about it in our podcast that Falcons are 0-2. They're working on their 4th straight winning season. Would be a first time in school history. And they need a W here because they got a tough road ahead in the Pac-7. 3 or 4 good teams there in the pack. You're talking about Canton South. CVCA has everybody coming back except for the running back. So, and of course, Canton South with Poochie Snyder, who can put 50 points a night up. So I don't really want to see what the score will be of that game against my Falcons. But we'll see. They're fighters.
That might be a tough one.
Falcons are fighters. We'll see what happens. So we've got a timeout here now. That's Fitch's second timeout. 2:18 to play. It's Fitch ball, 3rd and 12 on their own 39-yard line. Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet are great sponsors of ours. We appreciate them. The pregame show tonight that we talked quite a bit about was the McNeil & Son Tree Service. And the starting lineups was Lindsay's Pizza. LPL Financial is sponsoring our scoreboard updates that you've heard all night. And at the beginning of the game, we gave an injury update from Apex Surgical. Fortunately, we haven't had any to report at this point during the game. And we're back in action. Trips left, single right. Williams off the left hip of Vaughn. Shotgun formation, drops back, got pressure, got nearly hit, evaded pressure, took off. First down, Fitch. On a broken play, got outside and took off. Boy, he can run. Deshaun Watson tucks it and runs for a first down. 2:10 left to play here. Stop the clock by getting out of bounds. They got 1 timeout left. And they're into GlenOak territory here at the 45.5-yard line. Bob Cummings Field here at GlenOak Golden Eagle Stadium. Canton South is up 7-0 over Sandy Valley.
2 undefeated teams.
Here's another handoff to Williams up the middle. Juke jive, still got tackled and only got one on that one. So good defense there in the front line of GlenOak. 2:03 and ticking. Fitch holding a 7-3 lead here with, believe it or not, their third possession of the game with only less than 2 minutes here left. And let's see, we got trips left. Single right. Williams behind Vaughn this time. Drops back looking right. Got Williams out of the backfield, but he tucks and runs. Made a guy miss. Flag down. Probably a holding call from there. And he got about 5 yards on that one, but I think this one's going to come back. Said it is a holding on Fitch, so that's going to come back. I'm going to repeat second down. It's going to be second down and 14 now. Clock stopped at 1:30 while they get the ball set here. I think if GlenOak at this point, I think they just want to true up this defense, stop them from putting any points on the board. 128 and counting now. Bunched trips right. Single coverage left with Allen Hill Jr. by himself. I think that we got Couture on him down here. Fitch going right to left on your dial. Here's a snap. Drops back. Looks right. Tucks it. Throws. Completed down to the 42-yard line of GlenOak for, let's see, they got some yardage back, but they still is going to bring up third down and 6 here.
Yeah, he got quite a bit back on that one.
Figures 4-down territory with the time here and where they're at. So they didn't need to get it all back there. It's third down and 5 at GlenOak's 40. Here's a snap, rolling left. Got a trailer coming after him. Got all kinds of pressure. Got absolutely smacked.
Bamboozled.
Welcome to GlenOak, young man. Finally, we got somebody in the backfield there to do something. Deshaun Vaughn got drilled, got up slow, but he's okay. Great pursuit there by one GlenOak defender, and then I think Carlito Hall with another big play on the defensive side there.
I think Doug Deacon might say he got a little bit discombobulated.
You've been waiting to use that one, huh?
I have. That was a shot.
Yeah, he took a lick. He took a lick. They're going to take their time and let him get his bearings back here.
Probably doesn't even know where he is right now.
4th and 5. It looks like they're going to do that formation again. Trips left, trips right, and look to do a pooch punt. And Coach Garcia calls a timeout here, their first of the half. Down 7-3, 35 seconds left. You can't really you got to respect now that Deshaun Vaughn back there, what he did last time when it was 4th down and they looked to do a pooch punt. He took off running and got 12.
Yeah, he did, Jeff, but they I don't know how their kicker is or what distance he can do, but or kick and is accurate, but he's got a ways out still.
Yeah, it is their backup kicker. It looked like that extra point. He had a little some decent leg on that extra point. But they're at their 40-yard line of GlenOak right now. 35 seconds left to play. You got to imagine that Coach Garcia wants them just to not only guard deep, but also, make sure spy on that quarterback there in the back.
Yeah, they just can't let him go deep.
I think with Anthony Ruggles being hurt, their punter, their normal punter, they're just they made an adjustment. It's a game of adjustments, right?
Yep. GlenOak's just got to keep it on the side of the field where Fitch is right now.
Again, trips far left, trips far right. 3 men in the middle of the field on the snap. Here it is, looking to pooch punt. He threw right away over the middle, wide open, caught. Ran all the way down to the 10-yard line. A quick strike in the seam up the middle to number 1, Alex Hill. You cannot let that happen like that.
You called it, Jeff. You called it. I mean, you basically said you got to contain this guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he, boom, there it is. That was a nice executed play, though.
Very well executed. 21 seconds and counting.
That's what they didn't want to do,
And
let them on this side of the field.
Fitch took their final timeout with 20 seconds on the clock. Coach T.J. Parker.
You know what? I think Coach Slates over at Perry heard me say he lost his last 5 games last year. They're up 21-0 over Euclid right now.
All right. So Perry maybe getting in the win column here. The LPL financial scoreboard update. I think we got a few more here for you. Looks like East Canton's now down 22-7. Hoover is up 21-0 over Imperial. Let's see, Mansfield. Let's see, Massillon Tigers are putting it on Mansfield 28-7 in the second quarter. And we got a few more here. Looks like a good one starting. I thought that had a chance to be the game of the week here. Sandy Valley Cardinals against Canton South. Both teams can put some up. And right now, Canton South's up 14-7 in the second quarter. Marlington hanging on to a 21-0 lead over Manchester. Not a surprise there. Trips right, single left. Williams in the backfield off the hip of Vaughn. Vaughn rolling right with a blocker. He throws over the top, caught, completed. Might be a touchdown. He reached for it. No signal yet. They're going to put him down at the 1 yard line.
That was a Patrick Mahomes toss.
Really nice.
Really was. See, he came up to the line of scrimmage, or came up short, stopped, just lobbed it over the defender's head, right to the receiver.
Yeah, real nice play. I think that was Dan Evans III, number 3, on the reception there. 15 seconds. It's second down and goal. And GlenOak's going to take their second timeout with 15 seconds to go. Gotta stand up here, gentlemen, and keep them off the board. At worst, give up a field goal. Because, I think their kicker can hit from here. Even though he's the backup, he's got enough leg from where they're at.
That's just an extra point from where they are now. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, GlenOak just need to give them maybe 10 or 15 yards and get that clock run out. But unfortunately, Austintown's down the 1 yard line now.
So GlenOak looks to stop them from getting in. Down 7-3, 15 seconds left. I want to thank McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Lindsay's Pizza, LPL Financial, Apex Surgical, St. Joe's Senior Living. This Red Zone is brought to you by H&H Truck Parts. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata on the Stark Media YouTube stream game of the week.
GlenOak's got some big boys in the middle now.
Got the beef in there. They got it all tight, tucked in hard. You got to look out for number 8 there, who's kind of a wing back and is Larill Slippery. Got a man in motion right to left, rolling left, throwing right, wide open. Touchdown, Dan Evans on the reception. Going to be 13-3 with 10 seconds left in the half. That was too easy.
It sure was, Jeff. That quarterback rolled out left a little bit. Receiver cut across the middle, right to the left corner of the left corner of the end zone, wide open. Nobody's on him.
Yeah.
And
that was the man in motion, I believe, coming from the right, and he just kept going right on that.
So nobody picked him up. It was broken coverage. Again, I would consider that nothing physical.
Yeah.
It was a mental mistake.
So the PAT is up. The PAT is down the middle. Good.
Barely.
14-3. Fitch Falcons. GlenOak now has 10 seconds and one timeout here. Need a big kick return and a Hail Mary possible. Or maybe just run it back. I don't know. They got to get some kind of a spark going into half here. Down 14-3. Coming off a tough loss last week. Did a good job last time in the red zone, picking that ball off and going down and at least getting 3 once they got back into the red zone. But if GlenOak can't figure this out, they're just going to be a tough night for them. I
still think they're in this game. I do. They certainly they've made some mistakes that has given Fitch the opportunity to score. However, they got on the board with 3. Certainly not satisfactory for the fans or the coaches, I'm sure. But they could be down more.
Yeah.
That's my point. So, if they can come out in the second half, I think they receive, right? They kicked off in the first half.
Yeah, they do get the ball back at half. Like we said at pregame, GlenOak just can't make mistakes. They've had a lot of several offsides penalties on hard snaps. They've given up 2, maybe 3 fourth downs. Long, not just 4th and 1s, like 4th and 15s, 4th and 12s.
4th and forever.
They're bending not breaking for the
They're not
most
broken
part,
yet,
but they're obviously still in this game. Down 14-3 here on this ensuing kickoff.
This could be their chance to come out in the second half and be the start of the rest of their season.
Absolutely. I think that's how they have to look at it too, you know. And here's the leather-on-leather kick. Very short one. Up back, catches it, nearly kneeled it, ran, gets out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So not necessarily what they were looking for on a return, but didn't have much choice there. So now I would assume Coach Garcia is just going to take a knee and go into half, down 14-3,
We hope his
knowing they get the ball back.
We hope his quarterback takes the knee, not Coach Garcia.
Correct. I think that would be illegal, right?
Jeff's going to smack me here.
No, I started it with my comment at the beginning of the game. I earned that one. No big deal. 14-3. GlenOak down. 6 seconds. So.
Yeah, they should just, well. Okay, they're in, what did he get, shotgun? Oh, is he on the line of scrimmage?
They are in shotgun. They got deuces left and right. Burt in the backfield with Cole Anderson.
No.
And they are going to run it, and he's got tons of room to run. He's running the 40, the 45, the 50, back to the 48-yard line. They took a stab at it, got some yardage, filled the stat sheet, but nothing doing there.
That play right there should give them a good indication of what they need to do in half two. They ran that ball with ease.
Yeah. Spread them out.
Yeah,
they were four wide.
Yeah, I get Fitch is trying to, play contain. However, that was a running play, and he came right off tackle, and the guy's blocked. So again, I know it's not the typical situation on a first or second down because it's the end of the first half, but they need to take that and run.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the end of the first half, it is 14-3, Fitch Falcons over the Eagles. We will take a short break here. We'll come back in about 15 minutes or so. We'll give you some area scores, area updates. We will recap the first half here. We'll talk about a little bit more like what maybe we think the GlenOak Eagles need to do. But in the meantime, we're going to allow you to enjoy the halftime show of both bands, and we'll be back here in a few.
shot. Tonight, the Golden Eagle Marching Band begins our halftime show by playing some of the hits of the last decade. We start the journey by bringing you this hit by Rihanna. Here's We Found Love. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the GlenOak Band recognizes the senior band class of 2024. Our band seniors have excelled on and off the field, and we look forward to many successes that remain this year. The class of 2024 are being escorted across the field this evening by their family and friends. Emma Ashmore, escorted by her parents, Jen and Eric Ashmore. Mackenzie Brown, escorted by her parents, Shirley and Don Brown. Daytona Jean Bryan, escorted by her parents, Heather and Mark Bryan. Catherine Check, escorted by her parents, Bonnie Clark and Brett Check. Charlie Cook, escorted by his parents, Carla and Dan Cook. Dennis Reed. Lucy Schaefer, escorted by her parents, Jocelyn and Aaron Schaefer.
No, you're good. I'm going to see if I can put on a fan.
Gina Strain, escorted by her parents, Nicole and Thomas.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Kyle Swarney, escorted by his mother, Stephanie Swarney. Tyler Zolan, escorted by his parents, Michelle and Stephen Zolan. Taylor Urick, escorted by her parents, Christy and Mike Urick. Kaiten Watson, escorted by her parents, Chastity and Michael Watson. Madison Welch, escorted by her mother, Angie Welch. Escorted by her mother, Gina Orlando, and brother, Tristan Allen.
Bulldogs run down that floor. Falcons.
So welcome back, folks. We've got zeros on the clock here to get started, but it was senior night for some of the band folks, so you may have heard some of that. The band's going to start up and play here a little bit, and we'll get you some updates here. Rod, I believe the LPL financial scoreboard update. Rod's got some several games here to give you, mostly halftime scores.
Sure thing. Let me scroll through these for you, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rod.
Oh, got it. Thanks. So we got the Marlington Duke. Let's start with this. Tuslaw's up 20-7 over Riverview. And Brecksville, Broadview Heights Bees over Lake so far, 7-0 in the third quarter. Minerva is down 27-0 against the Wildcats of Edison.
Edison, okay.
And Perry Panthers up 35-0 at half over Euclid. Jeff, I think you got these going for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hoover, no surprise there over Royal Imperial. I didn't realize they were coming back this year. 35-0 Hoover over them. Here's a tight one. Dublin Kaufman holding on to a 14-10 lead over the Bulldogs at half. And another tight one. Alliance Aviators 14, Streetsboro 14. East Canton rather still having a hard time there at halftime. They are down 30-14 to Southern Local. Of course, you know the Fitch here in GlenOak is 14-3. Fitch, and a tight one there at halftime in Sandy Valley. Canton South 14, Sandy Valley 14. It has tightened up a little bit for the Fairless Falcons, winning 21-12 at half over Claymont. No surprise here. Marlington Dukes 21-0 over Manchester. And Central Catholic coming out 28-0 over Richmond Heights, who have athletes. Richmond Heights actually took down the state title last year for hoops. So,
I didn't know that.
let's see. Let's see. Get some more local scores here for you. Northwest and Louisville, a tight one, knotted up 7-7 late in the second quarter. And Massillon Tigers are holding on to a strong lead, 35-10 over Mansfield late in the second. Jackson still up 21-0 late in the second. And let's see, Minerva 0, Beaver Local 0. And then rounding out, that's the LPL Financial halftime scoreboard update for you. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata on the Stark Media YouTube stream Game of the Week. Eagles FOE 190 sponsors the entire game for us here. Hilscher Clark Electric Company. By the end of the night, we will have to decide who is the electric player of the game. And many, many more sponsors here. Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Lindsay's Pizza. If you haven't had Lindsay's Pizza, you've got to go.
No, you got to.
John Lindsay is a local legend around here. He's fun to hang out with and makes a heck of a pizza for sure. Also, we've got, let's see, Apex Surgical sponsors our injury update. Fortunately, we haven't had any of those yet. No usual cramps. Usually maybe around week 3 like this, they kind of start working those cramps out a little bit, so nothing to report there. St. Joe's Senior Living. For nearly 100 years, St. Joe's Senior Living has provided award-winning care to families in Northeast Ohio. Located at 2308 Reno Drive in Louisville, St. Joseph Senior Living and the Alsatian have a variety of services to assist your loved ones. To schedule a tour or gain more information, call 330-875-5562 or visit online stjosephseniorliving.org. And we are about ready to get the second half started here. Fitch Falcons up 14-3 over our GlenOak Eagles here. And the GlenOak is going to receive. And we got a whole flock of ducks flying over pretty low here. So trying to join the bird event. And they do an onside kick and they get it.
Wow.
So they come out. Fitch Falcons pull an onside kick and recover it. Number 2, Davion Pritchard, all by himself on the right-hand side of the field. Not difficult there. He was by himself. Unbelievable. Coach saw something on film there and made it work for him. So
Sure
Fitch
did.
Falcons is going to take over at, let's see, GlenOak's 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Fitch. That's a killer. You can't give possessions away like that. Trips left, single right. Man in the backfield along the side of Deshaun Vaughn, who's had a big night. Pitch to Williams. Williams running left this time. All kinds of holding and penalties all over the place. It's going to be holding on Fitch. They haven't signaled it yet, but it's pretty obvious. Holding Fitch, official, number 55. That's going to come back. So it's going to be first down over again after the 10-yard penalty.
Wow, they didn't expect that onside, I can tell you that.
I don't believe the clock was running there. It looks like they didn't start it. Need to get that started. 14-3, Fitch Falcons, start of the second half. Been a back-and-forth game. It's been a game of not only field position, but also, well, not really field position, but time of possession, rather.
Right.
Deuces right, single left, wing back in there, low snap, got the handoff to Williams in time. He hit the whole hard, and he got about 5 yards there. Helmet come off. He's going to need to come off the field for a play. 11:26 and counting. GlenOak came right back out at the beginning of this second half, kind of how the last one ended, with just too many mistakes. Let's see if they can get it together here. Second down and 15 for Fitch. They got trips right, single left, single coverage on the left. Running back running to the right. Quarterback steps back, throws a bomb over the top. Nobody. Overthrown. A miscommunication there, Rod. It looked like the receiver ran almost like a post route, got into traffic. He probably should have kept going down the sideline area. He would have had a completion.
Right. It looked like he, I think he was meant to run an out route versus the post, right?
Yeah.
And little mix-up, he slowed down, and that ball was tossed very well, but way over his head.
Yeah. He throws a good ball. I'm real impressed with Deshaun Vaughn. Haven't heard if he's got any offers or not, but I tell you what, he's poised. He can tuck it and run. He is a senior, 5'10", 175. Height might hurt him a little bit at the next level to get some big-time offers. We see that with Bucci Snyder here in our backyard. Right. Deuces right, single left, dropping back, rolling right, nobody, throwing, completed. Not a first down. They're about 5 yards short. Going to bring up 4th down and about 5 on the coverage there. That ball was brought in by Dan Evans III, tackled out of bounds.
I suspect they're going to go for it. Or run the 3 up front and assess the situation, punter or run.
I'm going to call that the triple trips. Trips left, trips right, and then the trips in the middle.
Triple trick play.
Triple trips.
Say that 3 times fast.
10-18 and counting. GlenOak has given up at least 3 4th downs to this point, and they're not saying they're going to punt. They're just going for an outright, going for this deuces left, single right at the GlenOak 40-yard line, rolling left, looking left, throwing, got a man wide open, nobody in coverage. Again, Dan Evans on that.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed with this Deshaun. What a throw. Rolling out to his left, and just with ease.
Yeah.
Tossing it somewhat across his body.
Yeah.
To the left sideline.
It looks like GlenOak is now in some type of, they got press coverage up here, but it kind of turns into a zone coverage, and that, Evans just found the seam there on the outside. It was wide open, nobody near him. Here's a handoff up the middle to Williams. He's got tons of room. He got absolutely drilled. Get out the smelling salts there. Great tackle. No yak yards there.
He was going ahead full steam and then was absolutely sent backwards.
Best tackle I've seen in a while there.
Me too.
9:38 and counting for start of the second half, 14-3. 2nd down and 3. Fitch is charging again. Deuces left, deuces right. Hard count, nobody bit. Williams back in the ball game after he had to leave with a helmet coming off. Shotgun. Here's the snap. High one. Drops back, looks right, throws out of the backfield to Williams. Williams, great block in front of him. Spin move. Maybe a horse collar, but they didn't call it. He had that back of that neck there, but no call there. Threw him down inbounds, short of the first down. Going to be 3rd down, and I don't think they got anything there, Rod. Maybe they lost a 1, huh?
They didn't get much at all. That was supposed to be a screen, set up for a screenplay. Unfortunately, he had no blockers out front, so he had to try to make what he had on his own.
Unsuccessful play there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. They lost 1 on that play. 8:39 and counting. GlenOak needs a stand here.
That's for sure. Let's see.
2 guys back in coverage. Cover 2 action. Handoff. Pulled it back. Running left. Throwing left again. Got a guy. 1st down. Donovan Bell Sullivan on the reception there from Vaughn. Easy 1st down.
I tell you what, Vaughn's rolling left, full speed, and he pumps the ball.
Yeah.
And then he just threw about a 5-yard pass to the running back for a 1st down.
Yeah. Impressive.
Very impressive quarterback.
8:15 and counting. Fitch is not in a hurry. They got bunch trips right, single left. Pitch play to Williams, running right. Got nearly tripped up. Looks like a flag down. Probably another holding.
Let's see what we got.
And he got about a yard out of that one. Good defense there by GlenOak, and there is a holding on Fitch. Going to bring him back 10, so it's going to be 1st down over, 1st and 20 coming up.
Yeah, that was a little sloppy out of the gates right on that one, Jeff. The running back was slow getting out of the backfield, and just overall not a very good play.
Like we said, he runs real hard. I don't know, Rod, what do you think? He might end up being like a fullback at the next level, the way he hits the hole up the middle hard. They're trying to get him outside, but he doesn't really have the speed to get outside from what I can tell.
Not yet, no.
8 minutes and counting here. Fitch up 14-3. Their ball on GlenOak's, 27-yard line. Here's the fake handoff, rolling left, got pressure, throwing deep, over top, got a man, 50-50 ball, caught, touchdown, Fitch Falcons, number 8 again. Brought that one in. Allen Hill Jr. on the touchdown. Great throw there, Rod.
That was a long ball. A long ball lofted into the left side of the end zone. Receiver had a couple steps on his man, looked over his shoulder, and put 6 on the board.
Wow. They're just making it look too easy. This GlenOak defense I thought would be a little bit more stout than this to begin with. Having their troubles, especially in the secondary, having some issues there, trying to contain everything. I think Fitch, they have too many weapons right now.
You do.
They're able to do pretty much what they want. Extra point is up and good. That's going to be 21-3 Fitch Falcons over GlenOak Eagles. Things not going GlenOak's way.
No, they're not. Not at this point.
7:36 in counting once we come back here. Eagles FOE 190 and the Hilshire Clark Electric Company are sponsoring the game. Lindsay's Pizza, LPL Financial Scoreboard update. We just gave a pretty good update here a moment ago. Before too long, as we get them coming in all night, we'll give you more updates. Leatherneck Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. We appreciate those guys. All military, all retired
Absolutely.
guys. I mentioned last week our audio wasn't so great. I'll mention it again this week, Rod, that we were over there at the Hall of Fame, and we were able to see Pat Tillman's draft card.
That was really interesting.
Over there at the Hall of Fame.
That was really cool.
So as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a painting that we're going to auction off. It's for the Save22.vet at their charity auction that they have. We'll announce that as we know when it is. But I plan to do Pat Tillman and put his draft card on there, the actual draft card, and maybe even create some type of a draft card for the military as well.
That would be wonderful, Jeff.
Special guy there to say no to millions and millions of dollars and go into the military after 9/11. So pretty impressive there. Little pooch punt out of bounds for Fitch, and that's going to be a penalty after that. Goes out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So GlenOak's going to now come back on the field. 1st and 10 for them. They've got to go quick. There's time. They're down 21-3. You got 7:36 left in the second quarter. However, they've had their issues moving the ball.
GlenOak, yeah, they have, Jeff. They need, if they're going to get back in this game, they need to start executing now. And the momentum needs to turn.
Yeah. You mentioned they started to get that running game going a little bit. They're in the end of the first half. Let's see if they can do that. Hand off to Burt, running left, juking, jiving in the hole, making a few guys miss, and got about 4 yards out of that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think they need to get the outside. If GlenOak uses their speed, you need to get the outside. Because that clock's going to roll pretty quick.
2nd down and 5, 7:18 to play. GlenOak down 21-3. Very little offense for GlenOak at this point. Got 5 yards out of that one up the middle. Let's see if they can get this Paxton game going, or like you said, you know, they got single coverage there on the outside and not a whole lot. If they can contain, like you said, either side, they could get out there and start running, and they run off tackle again off the middle.
I don't get it.
Interesting call there. Back-to-back off tackle calls with Burt.
I don't get it. I understand they're maybe trying to set up the long ball or the pass, but
I would like to see something to the tight end here, Morrison.
yeah, I respect the coach's calls. There's no question about that. I just trying to understand the flow here.
And now we've got Deuces left. Deuces right. They brought Morrison out of the game. Quick drop back, looking, throwing. Completed pass to Bird in the wing. Out fighting for yardage. I think he just needed to go down and not hurt himself. He had guys coming in and flying. That always makes me nervous when a kid's legs are tied up and you got somebody coming running in.
Absolutely.
But that's nonetheless, it's a 1st down for GlenOak, so they got moved to change there. Got a good quick throw in the seam and got the 1st down.
1st down, Eagles.
6:14 to play, 21-3. Fitch. GlenOak is starting to move the rock a little bit now. They're into into Fitch territory at the 46-yard line.
Got a little update for you, Jeff.
Gorgeous night here too. Got the windows open air. LPL Financial Scoreboard update here in a moment after this play. Deuces left, deuces right, man in motion right to left. Cole takes a snap. Handoff right, got ate up immediately.
Oh, boy.
And tackled for a major loss and might end up being a penalty here.
It is.
So, and it looks like there's going to be some scruff going on over here.
Be a personal foul against Fitch.
Undisciplined there. They had him beat. They had about 6 guys tackling him.
All they had to do is walk
And
away.
all they had to do is not do that. And threw him into the ground late. It looked like they even had their hands on the helmet prior to that.
All they need to do is tackle him and walk away.
Yeah, that's it. So
we got the Aviators, Jeff. Aviators up by 7 now over Streetsboro.
all right.
21-14 in the third quarter.
Brendan Zerbrug, the Oklahoma commit. Have you seen that kid in person yet?
Not yet.
He can throw the ball. Let me tell you, he lets go of it. Big kid, 6'4", I think 200, 205, and just has a D1 arm. There's no question. So that's a 1st and 10 now for GlenOak, all the way down to the 35-yard line of Fitch, charging with 5:38 to play. That's a huge play for GlenOak. Fitch continues to give GlenOak opportunities. We'll see if they can capitalize. Here's a snap, looking over top, nobody, throwing deep, double coverage, caught. Oh, almost caught one-handed. He brought it in. Oh, he did not. He dropped it. Excellent effort there. Little John going on by Dan Evans there on the receiver after the play.
What an effort. That was a heck of an effort right there.
Really good throw. He put it where only his guy could get it.
That's right.
He nearly came up with a great one-handed play.
Going back to that penalty, Jeff, I want to keep going back, but that was a 30-yard swing.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, what, a 15-yard loss and it turned into a personal foul there.
So basically, by them not just walking away from it, they gave up 30 yards.
Yeah. So now that's a second and 10 play here, 5:23 and counting. They're on Fitch's 35-yard line. GlenOak's got it mostly packed in, single left, single right, Burt in the backfield, quick handoff, and he's going to try to get outside, and he got a trailer and tackled for a loss. Loss of 2 or 3 there. Donovan Bell Sullivan. It's the 4th time we've called his name on defense. They got a lot of speed, don't they?
They do.
GlenOak's trying to get things working, trying to get outside. Just not having a whole lot of success with that right now. I'd like to see him continue to throw the rock, maybe throw something in the seam and just keep it moving. That play they made over here on the right-hand side where they just went quick in the seam,
right?
I think they got something there. I'd like to see a little bit more of that.
But the difference between the outside run now and earlier was they pitched outside. They're starting from the inside to get out.
Gotcha. Deuces left, deuces right, man in motion, left to right. Burt off the right hip of Cole Anderson. Cole Anderson rolling right, got trouble, made a guy miss, made another guy miss, running for his life, throws it down, throws it away. Nobody really in the area, no penalty. That was close to grounding there. Incomplete pass, gonna bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 11. I'm sorry, 4th down. 4th and 13, actually. So this is go time for GlenOak. Got to make it happen here. On the left, ball on the left hash, the 37-yard line. 4th and 13.
Clock's run down, 4 minutes and such. 4 minutes and change.
No tight end in the game. Deuces left, stacked. Deuces right, stacked. I love this formation. Anderson drops back, going to throw. Nobody. Took off running, got drilled and tackled for a loss. Or actually got a 2-yard gain, but well short of the chains to go.
This is when the O-line needs to step up. This time of the game, when you're down 18 points, O-line's got to gel and block every play.
The result is a turnover on downs. Fitch is going to take over with 4:27 to play here in the 3rd quarter. No secret at this point what they need to do. Got to stop them. Got to get a 3 and out here. Get the ball back. Fitch still takes their time. 16 seconds on their play clock. 4:27 to play. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Man in motion right to left. Jet sweep, handoff. Caught it up. Got room to run. Caught it outside. More room to run. Made a guy miss. Horse tackle.
You got to call it?
They did throw the penalty all the way down to the 37-yard line, and they're going to get another 15 on top of that.
So it's going to take them down close to the red zone. Heck of a run. He broke outside and put the Jets on.
Yeah, exactly. No pun intended on the jet sweep. Put the Jets on, took off. I think that was Donovan Bell Sullivan again, or was that? No, it was Dan Evans. That was Dan Evans again.
Number 3.
Called his name quite a bit. He's been pretty active.
That was a nice run. He got the corner and just kept going. And he's pulled from behind the back of his neck. There's some.
And now we've got Coach Garcia on the field pulling his guys back. Lots of jawing going on. I think there was a couple Eagles in on the sideline of Fitch, and they started to go at it a little bit. Now Coach Garcia's on the field going at his players. I think he was barking at their sideline a little bit too. So we'll see. You know, Coach Garcia's fiery. He's not afraid.
Tell you what,
of that.
Those boys from Mahoning County, you know what? They're pretty sparky as well.
Yep. So we'll wait for them to sort this out, where the ball ends up. They've got a meeting there at the 50-yard line. I think it's pretty much not – it's definitely a horse collar. But, Rod, I wonder if they're discussing other personal fouls there after the scruff, the kick up on the sideline.
Garcia's walking over there now. Oh, he's not in the middle. He's standing – okay. I wonder what all the ruckus is about here, Jeff.
Well, and let me draw attention here, Rod, to the scoreboard. That they're announcing the Hall of Fame induction for the Eagles, which includes our very own T.J. Downing.
Is there a big bronze statue out front yet?
No, not yet.
So TJ should have a big bronze statue. Maybe they'll put it right in the middle of 50.
I think they're going to need to put it over at Glenwood, because that's where he was playing, right? Or Oakwood, rather.
I thought he was GlenOak.
Well, he was, but he didn't actually. I don't think he. Did he play on this field?
I don't know.
I think he mentioned.
Hey, there's about 10 acres behind us. I think he could fit it back there. He might be able to fit it back there.
So we'll lobby for the bronze statue. As they sort this out, it looks like the horse collar stuck. No other penalties. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line for Fitch. 4:18 to go, up 21-3. GlenOak having all kinds of issues now at this point. Deuces stacked left, single right, wing back up, man off the left hip. Quick handoff up the middle. Juke jive, got drilled again and nearly got away, but great tackle there in the middle of the field. So no gain, going to bring up 2nd down and 10 with 3:57 and counting.
Yeah, there was no place to hide on that one. They stuffed him up pretty
good.
That
was DeAndre Richard, his 2nd carry of the night. First one coughed it up. Second one, no gain there. Just surprising. He looks a little bit faster than Williams, but 3:36 and counting. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line. Williams in motion out of the backfield. These quarterbacks running, going to tuck and running. Just got tackled. There was a flag down immediately.
Broken play.
Speaks holding on Fitch.
That was a complete broken play. He looked right. Man wasn't there. Then he just looked left and just had to take off.
Yep. And it is holding. It's going to push him back 10. Going to bring up 2nd down and 20. Yeah, Deshaun Vaughn, I'm impressed with him. He's got a lot of poise. He's made very, very few mistakes. Even that broken play, he decided he saw it right away, tucked it, and got out of there. And holding either way, but he did the right thing he needed to do.
I'm with you, Jeff. I'm very impressed with his ability to get outside, to hold on to the ball, and really throw across his body and far.
Yeah. He's done that about 3 or 4 times now.
Certainly has.
You're listening to the Stark Media YouTube stream Game of the Week. Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata. And not sure what happened here. They just marched the ball back and took away that holding call.
Oh, boy. There's Garcia's in the field again.
And now Coach Garcia's, I don't think he's discussing the rosary out there.
No, his hands are moving a little bit.
Not happy. I don't know how you can take a holding call off after calling it or pick that flag up. But nonetheless, it's third. Well, what? Now it says 3rd down and 10. That was a 2nd down and 10 play. They called holding. They took him back.
Are we playing at Fitch or
Did
or
Coach what?
Are we playing at Fitch or GlenOak?
Yeah, I don't know. So I thought maybe Coach
Oh, wait a
declined
minute.
it
Now
somehow.
it's coming back again.
Now they moved it back 3 yards, so it's now 3rd down and 12. I'm confused. Don't know what the heck happened there.
Sorry, folks. That one, there's no smoke signals or hand signals to tell us what's up.
3:17 and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. Fitch Falcons are driving. They're at the 26-yard line of GlenOak. Fake handoff to Williams. Quarterback rolling right, throwing across his body up the middle. Incomplete to Dan Evans. He had it. If he could have brought that in.
I think he stopped.
Yeah. It looked to me, Rod, like, I think the quarterback threw it behind him a little bit. I think you're right. He stopped, saw the defender there, tried to go back the other direction, but incomplete pass is 3rd down now, or now 4th down. Sorry, 4th and 13, and they're going to go have like they have all night. Pairs right and left, hard count, no dice there. GlenOak getting a little bit more patient on the defensive line. 3:02 clock has stopped. Not sure why. Oh, that was an incomplete pass last time. That's right. So deuces or trips left now. Single right. Richard in the backfield, rolling out. Actually, Williams throwing deep over the top. Caught. Touchdown. Fit. Oh, he called it short. 1 yard line. He was in double coverage, and they just got mossed.
That was one heck of a catch and one throw. That was a nice pitch and catch there. I got to tell you.
Deshaun Vaughn, if this kid doesn't have looks, I'm surprised.
Well, there's no question he should be able to play at, MAC level possibly.
Yeah. I mean, he looks better than a D2 quarterback to me.
He does, yeah.
2:36 to play here, 1st and goal. Handoff off the right side. Tackled short. Williams is short. Great defense there by GlenOak.
Did a nice job getting penetration.
Again, folks, impossible to call out any of these numbers now that we're at nighttime. GlenOak's black with dark green numbers.
Well, here's the good news about quarterbacks, right? My experience up in East Lansing, I think my freshman year we had like 10 or 12 quarterbacks. However, we didn't keep 10 or 12 quarterbacks. Many of them played either defensive back, cornerback, free safety, because they're athletes.
Yeah.
So someone like Deshaun could, if they say that he's not large enough to be a quarterback in their offense, he may have enough speed and athleticism to go play defense.
Yeah.
Or wideout, or whatever it may be, right?
And the delay here, we've got a man down for GlenOak, but he's getting back up. Looks like he's rushing off the field here. That's the Apex surgical injury update.
That 99?
That's your guy, number 99 there.
Omar.
Trotting off the field. Looks like he's okay.
He's a big boy.
One of the biggest players I've seen, Omar Ford.
I don't know. You think that's accurate?
He don't look 395, but he's a big kid. But
we're up here too.
Right. I didn't stand beside him pregame, and
we're up here and he's down there.
I didn't notice there's a Fitch player down on the carpet now. I didn't see that before. We noticed the GlenOak player, and they're waving some other folks over. They're waving their team over.
Taking their team to the sideline, I believe.
I was concerned they were waving like a paramedic over for a moment, but the player is laying pretty flat. Hopefully he's okay there.
Let's hope the kid's okay.
Don't have a number for you yet. He's on his back.
He's not moving much.
I don't see they're doing anything like.
Here he goes.
Are they stretching his leg? Look, maybe a cramp. Let's hope. It's what we pray for, folks. When we see a kid on the carpet, we hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, I visited TJ today, and I had to stand up because I had a cramp. And when you get old, you have those things at night.
Yeah. I used to get them a lot in my feet when I played hoops in the middle of the night. That was not comfortable.
It's no fun, folks. You know what we're talking about.
Not comfortable at all. I'd get them same time. Didn't understand the concept of water back then. Nobody told me to drink pickle juice or mustard.
Hey, man, when I was playing high school football, water was for sissies, they told us.
You're right. Right.
Get away from that water. You didn't deserve it.
And they're helping the young man off the field. Coach had picked him up and carried him off. And
Let's see.
I think that's Williams.
Wow,
That's the running back.
That's a strong coach.
Yeah, he is.
He's
just
got
deadlifted him.
He's got him above his head. He's carrying him like he would a young child.
Yeah, that's impressive because Williams is not a small kid. He's 205, 210.
Well, I hope he's okay.
But we do think it's a cramp. I think they just wanted to get him off the field, being it's a cramp. And
that's the first time
moving.
I've ever seen something like that.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So back in action, 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Here's the snap, handoff, stuffed, and second effort got into the end zone. Number 22, DeAndre Richard.
Yeah, you stopped up the middle there, Jeff, and then he just took a nice cut left, stepped in.
So the sub for DJ Williams after he cramped up was carried off the field by the coach.
Literally.
DeAndre Richard stepped in, number 22. Got hit there at the line of scrimmage, but bounced it. Made the guy miss and waltzed right into the end zone. 27-3, Fitch Falcons. Extra point up. Extra point is down the middle. 28-3 with 2:08 here. Counting on the Stark Media YouTube stream game of the week. A little disappointed right now. Rod thought this was going to be a much better game. GlenOak has just really struggled moving the rock, struggled stopping them on defense. Fitch has just been able to do whatever they want, and 28 points on the board with them being real methodical. You know, they've taken a couple shots down and had some, good throws, good plays down.
They've had some bright moments. There's no question about that. Unfortunately, I still believe there's a lot of mental mistakes and
a lot of coverage errors.
And on the physical side, I think the O-line is getting handled.
Yeah. LPL financial scoreboard update. I think you got a few there, Rod.
I do. Bear with me here a second,
Yep.
Jeff.
Go ahead, Rod.
We got the Mineral Ridge Rams over St. Thomas, 28-0. Still shows half, and my suspicion is it's later than that. Louisville's down. Northwest Indians are up 20-14.
Wow.
Our high school we've been to the last 2 weeks. Jackson's up over the Stowe Monroe Falls Bulldogs, 21-0. And then we've got, here you go, Jeff.
Alliance Aviators up 28-21 over Streetsboro in the fourth quarter. Tuslaw blowing out Riverview, 40-0. Wow. You know, I'm going to shout out Tuslaw. You know, they've had a rough couple year go of it. Been getting handled by their big nemesis, the Fairless Falcons. It might be a different story now. Tuslaw is going to go into Fairless this year for that game.
Poor Riverview. They were outscored 109-6 in their first 2 games.
Wow. Here's the kick. It's a short one. And Burt's running 50 yards straight across the field. Cuts it.
Nope.
Got tackled at the 32-yard line. Tried to make something work there. He literally ran from the far opposite right numbers to the left numbers and got about 5 yards. Also, the Lake Blue Streaks are up only 14-7 at the moment over Brecksville. We mentioned Tuslaw. Again, Alliance Aviators 28-21. Minerva Lions getting trounced right now, 40-7. Let's see. Hoover, 42 to rip. Do we have a green score? I haven't heard a green score yet. McKinley holding on right now in the third quarter, 17-14. 2 of their players are not playing tonight. Nino Hill and Dante McClellan are not on the field. So that could explain a lot. Cole Anderson now running for his life on the snap. Got tackled by 3 players at the same time. And some extracurricular activities there by Fitch Falcons once again. Cole Anderson took offense to that one a little bit, as he should. Going to bring up 2nd down and 14 after that busted play. 1:31 to play in the third quarter. Not sure what. I think GlenOak took a timeout here. Somebody took a timeout. They didn't say, oh, I'm sorry. There's a player on the middle of the field cramped again for Fitch. And it looks like think it's number 14. Is that right? Yeah, 14. Deontay Stallings, I think. They're working on his calf. Looks like a cramp. Eagles FOE 190. Hilscher Clark Electric Company, both great sponsors of ours. McNeil and Sons Tree Service. Lindsay's Pizza. LPL Financial Scoreboard Update has been brought to you all night by them. Apex Surgical Injury Update here. Number 14 is walking off the field. Looks like he's feeling all right. Got to come out for one play at least. Get some water in him. Let's see. 1:31 to play here, like I said. Also, the Red Zone Alert has been sponsored by H&H Truck Parts. Halftime show was sponsored by C.H. Fowles and Associates. They are at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Call 330-494-2776 for all your home, auto, life, and financial service needs. A staple in North Canton community for over 75 years. Here's a snap, fake handoff, throwing it back to the wing back. Made a guy miss on a great stiff arm. Got room to run up the sideline and got tripped up by the turf monsters. Fell down at the 36-yard line.
Jeff, I think I might have found the green score. They playing Talmadge tonight, right?
Yes.
They're up 35-14 in the third.
Okay. We thought they would handle business there. 2-0 going into Talmadge. So if they hold on, looks like they'll be 3-0 going into league play next week. 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. GlenOak with a good play there on a just didn't get quite enough there. It's 3rd down and 8. Trips left, deuces right, man in motion left to right, got a man, throwing, over the middle, caught, running, down to the 50, the 45, tackled at the 42-yard line. Awkward looking tackle. Took a helmet in the back, but he got up, okay. And I think that was Avante Burt. First down, GlenOak. Let's keep this momentum going here. Cole Anderson talking to Coach Garcia. Got the play in there. 20 seconds left. This is probably the last play of the third quarter. Down 28-3, charging into Falcon territory at the 42. Deuces left, deuces right. Man in motion left to right. Fake jet sweep. Handoff up the middle. Cuts it outside. Got drilled. Stayed in bounds. No gain. Going to be 2nd down and 10. And that will do it for the third quarter. We're going to flip the field. And 4 fingers in the air here for fourth quarter at Bob Cummings Field. H&H Truck Parts, C.H. Fowles and Associates, great sponsors of ours. We appreciate them. Other sponsors are AWP Safety. I'm going to do a big shout out to Coach Drew Sarakman for helping us out with that sponsorship. Trident Restoration, C.H. Fowles and Associates, Haas Automall, Simon Says Promotion, and Stark Market, all wonderful sponsors of ours. We appreciate it. Post-game show coming up after the fourth quarter will be Miracle Motor 42 sponsorship. And then by the end of the night, which is coming up, we will announce the electric player of the game, sponsored by Hilscher Clark.
Yeah, I certainly not going to give anything away, but I know where it's headed.
Yeah, I think we're probably both on the same page here. Pretty much a no-brainer at this point. 28-3, Falcons up. GlenOak charging. At this point, Rod, it's not insurmountable, but something incredibly special would have to happen for the GlenOak to pull this out. I think at this point they really just maybe need to figure out some something that they can take into next week into league play and get some momentum going.
You're right, Jeff. They need to come. They need to have something they can grab onto that they can build from.
And a roll to the right, Cole Anderson threw it over the middle, completed all the way down to the 32-yard line, just short. It is a first down, actually. 1st and 10, GlenOak Eagles at the 32. Good roll out there, good throw over the middle. 11:48 and counting here in the final quarter of the night.
I respect Coach Garcia, what he's trying to do here, what you just mentioned, Jeff. He's trying to get something in play here to get some momentum that they can build from.
Single left, single right. Cole on a snap. Quick handoff up the middle. Caught it back.
Ooh.
Got a good move. Another good move. Eddie Moose all the way running down to the 10. 5. Tackled at the 4-yard line. Whoa, he had some shiftiness on that one. Give me some fries with that shake.
I tell you what, though, all he had to do was stay. He didn't need that last cut.
Yeah, I think it would have housed
He was in
it.
the house. He was in the house, but I tell you what a fantastic run.
Couldn't see the number. Had to be Avante Burt with those moves. Down to the red zone again here. H&H Truck Park red zone alert. First and goal at the 5-yard line. GlenOak in goal line offense. Hands off up the middle. He jukes, jives, nothing doing there. And you got to watch. Might be a personal foul here by GlenOak on some extracurricular. Boy, there's been a lot of stuff after the play tonight.
Yeah, they're getting a little testy out there right now.
I'm going to make a call right here. I'm going to put my offensive coordinator hat on. I think they're going to go to the tight end here.
Okay. Let's see what you got, Jeff.
Let me see Morrison on the just a quick over the top.
Let's see what you have here, big boy.
I'd be throwing it to Austin Morrison. I know that. Here's a quick snap. Fake handoff. Throw. Over top. Austin Morrison intercepted. In the back of the end zone. They saw it coming as well.
I think that's the dagger there. Ooh.
Well,
That's a dagger, not the dagger.
well, let me say this. I was right on the call, but unfortunately,
sure were.
I believe that TJ Parker knew what was going on as well.
Yep.
That was definitely not Austin Morrison's fault. That was a underthrown ball in the back of the end zone, and defender just went up and brought it in.
It's unfortunate.
So interception there. That's a dagger. Like Rod said, 28-3. You're in the end zone or the red zone rather, for the first time really just about all night other than that field goal. Oh, that's a killer. 10-20 to play. Down 28-3. Deuces left, single right, drops back, looks, throws over the middle. Man wide open. Two guys. He had an up receiver and a deep receiver. He either underthrew one or overthrew the other. Couldn't really tell. Regardless,
Incomplete.
really one of the first poor passes I've seen him make tonight. Other than that, he's been spot on.
Oh, he has.
Thrown some really good passes.
Excellent balls. Like I mentioned earlier in the game, he pulls up short like Patrick Mahomes would and just tosses it right over somebody's head short, and boom.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Deuces left, single right. Williams off the hip. Actually, Williams is no longer in the game. Stiff arm, running to the right. Another stiff arm.
Ooh.
Hit him hard and still got extra yardage there. I think he got a first down there. That's DeAndre Richard. I think that maybe DJ Williams' night is done with that cramp. I think they're going to just let him rest for next week.
I just hope it was just a cramp, yeah.
I think it was.
That was a good call there, Jeff. That he stretched out to that first down marker. And we got a GlenOak player.
GlenOak player on the turf here, laying down. The opposing coach, TJ Parker, out there talking to him, seeing if he's okay.
Hey, Jeff, do you know what the good news is this week? The screaming I hear outside is down further
Right.
than last week.
Well, you know, if you noticed, I pulled that mic in from last
Wow.
week. That killed our ears last
For
week.
the folks in the audience, there was a young man who had some vocal cords. Turned around, looked at the booth, and just let it out. Go Jackson! I tell you what. Whew.
Well, not long after that, I was screaming just as loud.
I know you
after seeing that
Yeah,
amazing.
But you didn't have that young man voice, that shrill.
It wasn't that high-pitched shrill,
No,
though.
sir.
A little more bass.
What
to
a
it.
finish that was.
Oh, wonderful. Folks, if you didn't see the Jackson game, go check it out. We've got the finish there up on our YouTube page. And, again, they had a minute and 15 seconds left and went 80 yards with no time on the clock and threw 3 out of 4 touchdowns, really, because 2 they called out of bounds. But, nonetheless, we're here at GlenOak.
Rooting on the Eagles.
Rooting the Eagles on. I'm happy to do a GlenOak game. This is the first time I got to do it. My kids have gone here. I got a younger guy here in 8th grade. So real excited to be here tonight. Hopefully they can do a little bit better here, change this game. And DeAndre Richard, again, you got to suspect they're going to give a heavy dose of running here at this point, running the clock. 9:40 to play left in the game. Fitch Falcons up 28-3.
They keep running the ball up down the field, Jeff, getting first downs. That clock's going to race real fast.
Yep, 2nd down and 5. Fitch is a pretty balanced team. They've got some receivers. They got a great quarterback, 2 good running backs. And they got some size on that line, too. And the line has just really just been having their way most of the night.
Question. The only thing I think that Fitch lacks is a speedster in the backfield.
Yeah. So they're taking the full clock here. Handoff up the middle again to DeAndre Richard. Made a couple guys miss.
Geez.
Got the rugby match, the carry-on luggage again.
Let's see, first down. Wow.
And it's a first down.
Sorry,
Fitch
Jeff,
Falcons.
I was
You got a
stretching.
better angle at it than I do there.
You know what's interesting, when they call the first down, the far side ref goes behind his head, above his head,
Yeah,
goes
right.
like this.
Yeah, right.
Instead of going this way.
Right.
I'm watching his thumb.
8:48 to play here. Looking grim. Time is not the friend of GlenOak at the moment. Fitch is just going to try to slide right out of here with a victory.
Well, they got a pretty good cushion.
8:28, 7 seconds to snap it here. 5. Snap it. Fumbled. Got it back. Laid on it. Bad low snap. It was about the 3rd bad snap in a row. But Deshaun Vaughn was able to get on that ball and keep it and, just let that clock continue to run. Doesn't really hurt them there with the scenario.
No, the clock just keeps ticking. 2nd and a long way to go, though.
7:52 and counting. Boy, 2nd down and forever. 2nd down and 17 here. Again, time is not the friend. I think at this point, GlenOak's going to just wind it down. It looks like they're going to wind it down to 1 second here and call a timeout, which they do. Fitch Falcons takes their timeout, their first timeout of this half. Just working that clock at this point, Rod.
They sure are. And, yeah, at this point, it's really been a tough night for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. They've had some bright spots, but not enough to stay in the game.
To me, Rod, being the first time, I didn't get a chance to see GlenOak at all in the scrimmages or any game to this point. To me, they look better when they go 4 wide and spread it out a little bit. You know, there's been a lot of times where they've packed it in a little bit, tried to run off tackle. I just don't think they have the offensive line to do that, and they got a pretty small back there. And Avante Burt's not a big kid. He's shifty and fast.
Very fast.
But he's it's kind of like Eric Metcalf. You know, you can't really run him off tackle much.
He's not going to get a lot of yards after contact.
So now we're back, rolling left, got a guy after him, throws it deep down the middle, dangerous pass, and might be a penalty.
There
and
it is. How about that?
Interference. Had a double coverage over the middle of the field, and the GlenOak defender just ran right into the receiver there. Didn't need to do that. I think they could have knocked it down pretty easily.
Oh, my goodness.
Davion Pritchard just got ran into, and that's going to be a first down.
That ball, first of all, the quarterback was under extreme pressure. He just launches it. Got GlenOak defenders in his face. I don't think the ball was catchable.
No.
And they just both ran into him.
So 2nd down and, well, no, they said 2nd down and, I don't understand. Oh, okay. 15 yards from, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yep,
Yeah.
2nd down and 2 after that 15-yard penalty. So one advantage of high school is it's only 15 and not 40.
Not a spot foul.
It would have been 40 yards there. Quick handoff up the middle again to Richard, and he runs, gets the first down.
Little scrum up the middle.
Into GlenOak territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, spot fouls wouldn't be good in high school.
Thanks for joining us, folks. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata on the Stark Media YouTube stream. Game of the week turned out to be not quite as a tight ball game as we had hoped. And we've got another Fitch player down. It's the other running back now, DeAndre Richard, on the carpet. And he's on 2 knees, bent over. If he took a shot in the stomach, I'm not sure.
He could have got the air knocked out of him. He went right up the middle. If I could describe it like a rugby scrum.
Yep.
He had people all over him. So he could have fallen on the ball in an odd way.
Definitely had extra carry-on luggage on that one.
A lot of it. He keeps bending. Yeah. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, not sure what's wrong, but he's starting to walk off here. That's the Apex Surgical Injury Update. So now we'll see what Fitch does if they go empty backfield with their first and second string running backs both out of the ball game. Maybe just go 4 wide and QB draw it. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. 7:09 and counting.
Yeah.
Clock is running. Ball's not down. Ball just now got placed. They're going to probably put time back on the clock here. Oh, either way, clock's running. Less than 7 minutes here left in the ball game. 5 seconds to snap it.
GlenOak jumped, I think.
Hard count. 5-yard offsides. GlenOak, undisciplined, Rod, undisciplined.
Mental mistake. Coach Garcia called it correct. When he was quoted, kind of reflecting on the last couple games.
Rod, like you said, we're not one to question anybody. A little disappointed that many seniors on this team that they're not playing disciplined football tonight. Similar to the first 2 weeks, so got to clean that up if they're going to compete in this league here at Federal League. That's always tough. And guess who? DJ Williams is back in the ball game and just raked off a 15-yard run.
I might be a little extreme, Jeff, but
be a rough week of practice if you're at the home.
It will. I can assure you this. It should never happen.
Yep. Well, especially with some experience.
Jumping should never happen.
You got experience out there, too. 6 minutes and counting here left in the game. Falcons up.
All you got to do is watch the ball.
GlenOak down 28-3 of these Austintown Fitch Falcons coming in here. Just doing what they want. GlenOak faithful starting to head to the parking lot here. Quarterback's going to run. He throws it behind him to number 3. Got a man, caught, running clear down to the 17-yard line for another first down.
It's like a lateral, a pitch back, or not a pitch, but a throwback lateral.
That was to Dan Evans.
Yeah,
He's been active tonight.
That was a nice play.
That was kind of a roll out to the left. The receiver hung back.
Lateral.
Quarterback started to get pressure and threw it behind him, about, 3 yards behind.
Which is a live ball.
Caught it, live ball, and just scampered there for some more, another first down.
They made it look pretty easy. And the clock is stopped.
Clock stopped. Timeout here. Can't tell who took the timeout.
Let's see.
I would assume it's GlenOak. GlenOak down 28-3. Oh, it's not a timeout. There's another player on the field. Go figure.
Oh,
another
player.
quick cramp. Or maybe he just needed a breather, Rod.
Could be.
I think that happens sometimes, huh?
Could be.
A little bit tired, don't want to use my timeout?
Well, I'm gonna mention
Or
this.
coach hasn't called a timeout and I'm tired. Maybe that's it.
That could be that too.
GlenOak back on the field, 5:18 to play. Looking grim at this point, down 28-3. Clock is now winding. 5:15 and counting. It looks like Fitch is still in their huddle. They're not in a hurry. They got 15 seconds to snap it. We got the blood moon overhead there, straight ahead.
Look at that.
Neat looking on nearly full moon tonight.
That's beautiful. I have to get a snap of that one. Wow.
Trips right. Nobody left. Quick handoff up the middle of the Williams. He made one move and hit the hole hard. Got 5 yards on that one.
Yeah, he laid back just a hair, read the hole, and moved up. And he's down.
And is that Williams?
What we got here?
It is. Williams down again. Came back in the game. We thought he was done for the night. He looks like he's in a lot more pain this time.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're just kind of, you know what? They're up by 25. There's 4:41 left in the game. And might be a good time for him to take it easy for the rest of the night.
We kind of thought that was the case. He's rolling around. Looks worse than a cramp.
Yeah, he looks
Rod.
he looks like he's in some pain.
So let's hope that young man's okay. Apex surgical injury update here. DJ Williams went out of the game with what we thought was a cramp earlier. And then DeAndre Richard came in, ran for a touchdown, started running the rock. He cramped up about 5 plays ago. And they inserted DJ Williams back in the ball game. Ran off tackle. And he's rolling around. He's on his back in quite a bit of pain here.
I can't tell if they're trying to rub out a cramp or not.
And wonderful. He's getting up. So you figure it's not anything like a knee or anything.
Yeah,
He's just must have cramped like a mother. And here goes his strong coach again, just trying to lift him up.
This time they're gonna let him walk and hobble along. Versus, I tell you, that coach was Superman carrying him out the field last time. I mean, he
must have been the guy I walked by down there earlier that was chiseled. Yeah.
I mean, this guy had him in his hands just like a basket. Like it was nothing.
So they're nearly getting him off the field there. We're almost back in play. It is the H&H Truck Park red zone alert here as Fitch is taking over, second down and about 7 at GlenOak's 16-yard line. 4:30 to play. Clock is running. GlenOak down 28-3. Quick snap, handoff, and DeAndre's back in there, made 2 guys miss. Running through guys, spin move with a guy on his legs, got cleared out to the 5-yard line. DeAndre Richard back in the game. Gonna keep the clock running right after they put the ball down for first down, 1st and 10 Fitch. I'm sorry, 1st and goal Fitch at the 6-yard line.
Wow. That didn't take long.
Not too many people here left, folks. Everybody's hit the bricks to this point. 3:52 to play, 28-3. GlenOak struggled tonight. We'll talk more about that here in our post game. And we've got deuces left, single right. DeAndre Richard in the backfield off the left hip. Here's a quick handoff up the middle. Scrumming down to the 1-2 yard line, and he got in the end zone on that. Got contact again at the 5-yard line and just forced his way all the way into the end zone. It's another touchdown by Fitch, 34-3. Fitch Falcons over the GlenOak Eagles here at Bob Cummings Field.
Got a spoiler alert. Streetsboro 37, Alliance 28, 4th quarter.
Wow.
Lake Blue Streaks are in overtime. First overtime, tied up 14-all.
I've got the Alliance Aviators ranked pretty high on my top 10. We haven't put this out yet, but we will here soon. How much did we say? How much time's left in that Alliance game?
Just shows,
4th quarter down by.
Let's see if I can get
down by
some
9.
Time. See if I can get some time on this one.
Wow, that would definitely be a little bit of an upset there.
Certainly would. Wildcats.
Streetsboro did get in playoffs and did go to the 2nd round last year.
Wildcats looking to stay undefeated, up by 8 over Sandy Valley. Late in the game.
Canton South only scoring 35 so far. Below their median average of 46.
Oh, Perry probably should be in the 4th quarter. It says 3rd, but 42-6. Bulldogs up by 10 now over Dublin Kaufman.
There you go. Winning by 10 without your 2 best players on the field. I think they'll take that.
Louisville struggling with Northwest. 20-14.
We've got a crew over there at that game. Jim Bostic over there with Tim Budd.
The Vikings are going to send the Canadians back pretty soon. It's 56-0 Hoover.
You know that Canadian team. A lot of those kids are 19.
Wow.
Some are 20. They travel, and local teams pay them to come down and play it.
I see.
Yeah, so a little bit different schooling system, I think, up there in Canada.
And it's a different football league as far as professional as well. Totally different rules.
Yeah. Can't figure out why they haven't moved the goalpost back yet.
Have to ask Trudeau.
I wonder how many concussions that has caused.
Who knows? You probably have to ask Justin Trudeau about that one. And I'll zip it from there.
Yeah, I'm with you. 35-3. GlenOak struggled here this evening. There are 3 minutes left as Fitch kicks off. And an immediate penalty. I think they're offsides. So
oh, boy.
Offsides on the kickoff. So they're going to have to re-kick here in a moment after the penalty.
GlenOak's frustrated. The player that it was closest to just kicked the ball back.
2:44 to play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going back to their 35-yard line, Jeff. They're gonna do a do-over kick here. I don't know if it's very material. I can't see. I don't think they're gonna get too greedy here. Just want to get the ball and try to run some time off the clock to kick it down the field in the middle somewhere.
Yep, and they're just letting the clock. Why is the clock running on a kickoff?
Should not be running.
You know what? It's a runoff because continuous clock because it's 35-3. That's why.
Right.
So Fitch is just taking it. They might have took that penalty on purpose.
Could be.
And here's the kick. Short one again. Fielded at the 20. Got a couple blockers looking for room. Bounces it outside. Made a guy miss and got swarmed at the 33-yard line out of bounds. With 1:42 and counting here. It's going to be pretty quick at this point. And it looks like a 15-yarder on Fitch. I tell you what, Fitch is a darn good team. They're going to need to clean up some of their personnel issues, personal fouls, if they want to go deep this year.
You know, they could have maybe not the seasoned guys in the game at this point. Either way,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But either way, it should go right down the line. It shouldn't matter if you're first or third team.
Right.
You've got to pay attention to discipline. And I know I sound like it has to be.
Yep. Should go top to bottom in the program.
Good,
and
good teams can, they'll have some whatever. Not great teams are disciplined.
Here's a snap, throw out. First time an incomplete pass went right through the hands of the receiver.
Clock's still running.
I kind of would have liked to seen that play a little bit earlier. That quick out. Had a man, just couldn't bring it in. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 with 1:10 counting. Clock whining. GlenOak going a little more hurry up. Trips left, single right. Here's a snap. Hand off to Burt. Runs right in his favorite spot. Made 2 guys miss. Got clear into the territory of Fitch to the 42-yard line. Just not enough time left. Rod, 35-3, less than a minute.
No,
I think at this point, no shame in just running it out and keeping everybody healthy going into next week. Once you start league play, we know how this Federal League works, We see teams up and down. We're going to do a deep ball over the top.
Oh.
Well overthrown. Incomplete pass.
Clock keeps ticking.
Clock keeps ticking. That's probably,
could be.
I always thought here at this point, there's no point in running another play. They're going to. I just don't agree with it. I think 15 seconds left, down 32 points. Just let it wind out. Take your guys out of here healthy. 7 seconds. They're going to snap it. They're going to hand off the middle, off the right. Eddie runs and he coughed the ball up, fumble, and picked up. And Fitch is going to return it to the 47-yard line with no time on the clock, and that's going to do it.
Yep. Turn out the lights. The party's over. As way back when, one of the Monday night announcers would say, Mr. Meredith.
Well, Rod, not a whole lot to talk about in this one. Big difference from this week to last week from the game we saw. Really thought this one would be a little bit closer. GlenOak had trouble moving the ball at all. We don't have actual stats in front of us. We're not able to get those as we go, but really not too many first downs even for GlenOak. Time of possession got killed there. Defense undisciplined, the defensive line. Offensive line was having a little bit of trouble. Just unfortunately not a whole lot to discuss about on the GlenOak side of the ball here. I think it's a good time here to announce our Hilscher Clark Electric Player of the Game, and I think you would agree with me, Rod. I think it's got to be Deshaun Vaughn, number 9.
There's no question.
The quarterback there. Really a nice player.
Well deserved.
He just really made no mistakes. Very poised.
Yeah.
Like you said, he made some tough throws. Like
made some
running
really
one way, throwing another direction on the button. He really only, I think I saw 2 bad passes all night.
I was extremely impressed with him. He led the team well. He's, like you said, he stayed poised. And I just think they ran a very nice balanced attack, right? They ran the ball up the middle. They ran the ball outside.
Yeah. Yep.
But there's no question that throwing the ball got them to 35-3.
Yeah, they're just very balanced team. You know, I think they could make a pretty deep run with the talent they got over there on that side of the ball if they play a little bit more discipline, which you need down the stretch. I know it's early week 3, but there's a lot to account for there. You know, they got good receivers. They got a great quarterback. They got 2 good running backs. One guy can hit it up the hard middle. The other guy can kind of bounce it outside. But both guys made a ton of guys miss tonight. There was a lot of missed tackles.
You know, I did my research this week on Fitch a little bit. I mean, they lost a heartbreaker by 1. I think it was their first game. They lost the heartbreakers. Hell, they had all kinds of great stats. And I think what happened on that one said that Central Valley out of Pennsylvania, apparently they're a powerhouse. Okay, I think they scored with like 0 ... on the clock, similar to our Jackson game.
Same score too, 35-36.
Yep, 36-30. Yeah, 35-36. So, they tell you what, they got a nice ball club.
I'm surprised. The coach didn't mention that Deshaun Vaughn has offers. He's got to have something. He's got to be getting looks. The only thing hurting him is his size, kind of like what we mentioned earlier. Right. Poochie Snyder, who does have a couple D1 offers. But if Poochie Snyder and this kid here, if they were 6'3", 6'4", like Zerbrug, they would have them big-time Power 5 offers as well.
Well, I didn't. What is Deshaun's height?
5'10".
5'10", okay.
Yep. 5'10", 175.
But like I mentioned last week, if you're 5'10", and he can run the ball, if he can get the tough part there is seeing over your guys, right? Especially at the next level.
Right.
Is seeing over your guys. So you're going to have one heck of a quick release.
Yeah.
And one outstanding offensive line.
Well, I get size like that's good, but the thing I don't understand, you've got several pretty good NFL quarterbacks in that 5'10", 5'11" range that can throw, are shifty, can run.
But there's a few.
There is a few. It is on a few side for sure.
It's not saying it can't happen.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the majority.
Yeah.
Right. When the scouts come in and they look, there's no question. I mean, look at a lot of. You're right. There are quarterbacks that you're outstanding at that weight and height. However, Brady's not 5'10".
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is not 5'10".
No.
So, it's both sides. But I get what you're saying. It's not impossible at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Fitch Falcons are going to go to 2-1 on the season. GlenOak is going to go to 1-2. They open league play as everybody does in the Federal League here next week. Like we saw last year in the Federal League, everybody beat everybody. You never knew who was going to win on a given night. I think it might, we're going to see what GlenOak has when it comes to the heart. You and I talked about seeing Jackson, and we know what kind of heart they have.
They sure do.
They play a full game, beginning to end, and don't give up by any means. Coach Garcia is going to need to get in these young men's heads and get them fired up and let them realize, look, we're 1-2. We got a heck of a lot of football left. We got 7 games left, a lot of league play left. We can still come out, make a difference, and not only win the league, but then get into playoffs and do something from there. So let's hope he can get get in touch with these young men and get them moving forward after this week. We knew it wouldn't be easy tonight.
No.
Coming off, especially the last week, but
he's got a tough road ahead of him, especially this coming week.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for Coach, but now he's got no choice. He's got to get the kids up, and they just need to put these behind them.
Yep. Just got to move on and see what happens here. There are a lot of good teams here in the Federal League. We'll see, this week I think we're going to have we'll probably do again our rewind or our weekly update, if you will, and probably put some predictions out this week. Before long, you're going to see us start to put some power rankings out there for this local area. Nonetheless, 38-3 final here at Bob Cummings Stadium, here at GlenOak. Fitch over GlenOak. I want to thank one last time Eagles FOE 190, Hilscher Clark Electric Company. Again, they sponsor our electric player of the game, which was Deshaun Vaughn, number 9 for the Fitch Falcons. Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and the Save22.vet. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Lindsay's Pizza, LPL Financial, sponsored a scoreboard update all night. Thanks for all that, Rod. Apex Surgical Injury Update. Looks like everybody kind of was okay for the most part. We'll pray for DJ Williams there at the end. Hope it's nothing more than just another cramp. Let's see. St. Joe's Senior Living, H&H Truck Parts, CH Vallis and Associates.
Hey, Chris.
Miracle Motors 42, AWP Safety, Trident Restoration, Haas Automall, Simon Says Promotions, and Stark Market. You've been listening to Jeff Tyler and Rod Strata signing off on the Stark Media YouTube stream. Game of the week. Wonderful to be here. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to more this week. We will check our social media. If you're still listening, if you could get on and do a like and a follow for us, that'll help. And look all week on our social media. We'll put out there what games we're doing next week.
Yeah. Good night, everybody, and thank you for listening. And again, thanks to our sponsors, the Eagles and Golden Eagles, and congratulations to Fitch.
Have a great night, folks.